pitch clock violation. On Valera, he did not start his motion before the clock got to zeros. So that will go in the books as a ball and run the count to 2-1 on Connor. Connor sets up as deep as you can in the left-handed batter's box and still be legal. Big swing and a foul down the left field side that will be off the screen, protecting the hillside. 2-2. And he starts with his feet very close together before widening out his stance. Valera, backward glance to second. And he's going to turn and throw back that way, and backhands first is Antonacci. So 2-2 on Connor with Jackson Appel, the cleanup hitter, waiting on deck. Juan Valera with the break-even pitch, and he missed outside. 3-2. Drive made a roster move, or I should say the Red Sox organization made a roster move earlier today. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. And strike three called on the outside corner. 97 on the shadow of the black. Caden Connor is rung up, and there are two down. First strikeout for Valera. Here is the aforementioned Jackson Appel. He is the Burger King K-Man of the night for Section 104. Anyway, Juan Chacon was promoted to Double-A Portland after last night's game. Pitch in the dirt, ball one. There has not been a corresponding move made by the Drive yet, but the belief is that pitcher Zach Fogel is going to come off of the injured/developmental list in the coming days. Swinging a foul, which would add an arm to the bullpen. It would take away one of the position players, but Tom, as we know, the Drive they're full of outfielders.
They are, and it was hard getting them in, so congratulations to Juan Chacon. We've seen him here a couple different times, so he gets a chance to move on up. And
1 ball, 1 strike to Appel, and that pitch is outside. 2-1. Now, Chacon had only played in 2 games here. Started the season a little bit banged up. Talking with Liam Carroll today, he believes that he's going to get a chance to play a little more regularly in Double-A. 2-1 pitch. Just missed the outside corner. 3-1.
Yeah, and it's a very good point, Dan. I mean, you just start taking a look at the outfielders that are here. You know, Earhart, Taylor, Rodriguez, Johnson,
Blaze.
I mean, you have and highly regarded in the organization. They need to play.
There's ball 4 outside. First walk issued by Valera, and the top of the first will continue for Jarrell Perez.
You always worry about that first inning. You go back to Noah Dean, 34 pitches, and 20 of those were strikes, and 22-minute inning. And then last night, Hayden Moe about a 2-minute inning with 6 pitches, 4 strikes.
Now Valera has thrown 14 pitches through the first 4 hitters. 2 on with 2 out for Perez, who's homered twice in the series, and he swings at the first pitch and he pops it up out behind second. Coming on is Yofiri Rodriguez, the center fielder, ends up about 20 feet from the infield dirt. Just Nellie Taylor loping in casually to make the play, and the inning is over. So the Dash get a hit, a walk, strand 2, and after a half inning, it's Winston-Salem nothing, and the Drive coming to bat. Print Solutions is trusted by the heaviest hitters in the industry, such as the city of Greenville, the Greenville Greek Festival, the Scottish Games, universities like Clemson, Mississippi State, USC Upstate, North Greenville, and the Southern Conference, just to name a few. From banners and event printing to game day and stadium graphics, Greenville Print Solutions handles it all. Located at 31 Rushmore Drive in Greenville, it's Greenville Print Solutions, creator of the all-in chip for Dabo Sweeney. Same-day banners available, an A1 rating from the Better Business Bureau, the preferred printer for Greenville County High School athletics. What are you waiting for? 864-412-8802 or visit the website at greenvilleprintsolutions.com.
Let me tell you something, Cowboy. This rookie can really bring the heat.
He's smoky and spicy with a Chipotle style all his own.
It's a new Montgomery Inn Chipotle barbecue sauce. Make it a part of your home team.
Available now at your neighborhood grocer or online at CincyFavorites.com.
Drive coming to bat after Valera gets out of a 2-on-2 out situation in the top of the first inning to keep Winston Salem off the board. And for the dash, it is right-hander Jake Bockenstedt.
Yeah, good. 6'1", 190. He's 25 out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Signed on July of 2023 a free agent minor league contract out of SIU Edwardsville. How about 1-0 with an ERA of .90? This will be his third appearance, third start, 10 total innings, just the one run, 5 hits, allowed a home run, 9 strikeouts, 2 walks, opposition. Much like Valera, hitting .152.
Yofiri Rodriguez will lead it off. Hitting .333 on the season, and the first pitch is fouled off to our left. 3 for 10 in the series with a homer, a triple, and 4 RBIs. Had the night off last night. Has hit in 4 straight. Takes that one outside from Bockenstedt. One and one. Rodriguez, Zanatello, and Taylor. And Rodriguez skies one out behind second base. The shortstop, Perez, backing out and making the one-handed catch. And there's one out. Joining Perez on the dash infield, to his right at third, Artsy Hernandez. To his left, Sam Antonacci at second, Wes Kath at first. In the outfield, left to right, Caden Connor, Samuel Zavala, Terrell Tatum, and Jackson Appel behind the plate. Here is Nazon Zanatello, and he swings and he skies one to right field. Moving toward the line and backing a bit is Tatum to make the catch. And there are 2 down. That is a little bit of news because Zanatello now 0 for 13 and has struck out 11 times in this series. It's been a rough go for the young man. Had the night off yesterday. 2 quick outs for Bockenstedt, and here's Nelly Taylor. .292 on the season, 3 for 9 with a double in the series. Still just the 1 home run that he had on opening night. And that one swing provided 3 of his 4 runs batted in. Waved at a changeup in the dirt there, strike 1. Zach Earhart waiting on deck. No score, bottom of the first inning. And that pitch down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Green Monster almost full tonight. Another big group in the pavilion on top of the building, above the Monster. And crowd filling in here on this Saturday night. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. Taylor chokes up just a bit on the bat, and he takes that breaking ball down and in, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Outfield straight away. Boy, the left fielder, Caden Connor, really shallow for the left-handed batting Taylor. Swings through a changeup, and the count is full at 3-2. Taylor asked for time, adjusting his batting gloves. Now back in and waiting on the payoff pitch from Bockenstedt. Here it comes. And a fastball, he fouled it at the plate. So again, we will see a 3-2 pitch, and it's outside ball 4, and Taylor draws his 3rd walk of the season, and it extends the first inning for Zach Earhart. And Tom, for the first time this year, I did it. I had to go to the wideout because I wrote Drew Earhart in my book and not Zach. Earhart is 0 for 9 in the series, 3 walks and 4 strikeouts. And there's a strike on the outside corner. Taylor with good speed, edging off the bag at first, and he's running. Breaking ball misses inside to throw down, not in time. And that's a stolen base for Nellie Taylor. And Tom, we've got some breaking news here. Nellie Taylor is not wearing the oven mitt. He's got look like a pad on his right hand over top of a batting glove. 1-1 pitch is on the outside corner, a strike, 1-2. So Earhart looking for a 2-out base hit that could get the game's first run. And the team that has scored first has won each of the 4 games played in this series. Drive on Tuesday night and last night, Winston, Salem, the 2 games in between. 1-2 pitch. And a foul ball headed toward the 500 club down the right field side. Lands in the Furman on deck area. And they'll do it all over again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Strike 3 swinging. A good slider down and away, and Earhart came up empty. First strikeout for Bockenstedt. Both teams get a runner to scoring position. Neither can score. And after 1, we are scoreless. Imagine that here at Fluor Field. Back in a moment.
He and a partner helped organize the Greenville Black Spinners baseball team, which represented Greenville's black baseball community from 1921 to 1969. Fondly known as Kingfish, Clark was a true Renaissance man, using his diverse talents and accomplishments to uplift and serve his community. Clark is a man who left an enduring legacy of generosity, leadership, and dedication to improving the lives of those around him. Clark was selected for induction into the Baseball Hall of Fame in Greenville in 2024. Also, Rico Dawson was a flashy shortstop for Sterling High School baseball back in the early 1960s. He hit over 400 during his 3 seasons of playing for Sterling. After playing a year of baseball at South Carolina State College, where he helped lead his team to a conference championship, Rico returned home and showcased his baseball skills with the Greenville Black Spinners. In 1969, Dawson was signed by the Indianapolis Clowns of the Negro American League, where he played 2 seasons. While playing for the Clowns, Dawson was offered a role in Universal Pictures' The Bingo Long Traveling All-Stars and Motor Kings. Dawson played the role of second baseman Willie Lee Shively alongside Hollywood star.
We are in the top half of inning number 2 in a scoreless game. Early on, the Drive paying homage to the Black Spinners, a semi-pro team that played in various forms here in Greenville from 1921 to 1969. And got a gentleman in the park who is the oldest living former member of the Black Spinners. I didn't get his age, but his name is Frank White. He not only played for the Spinners, but he played for the Kansas City Monarchs in the Negro National League.
Probably with Satchel Paige. Oops.
Now, Juan Valera, the umpires had come out, were looking at something. I think maybe it's the glove, because it has a grayish or a white patch on the outside of it. And so they're going to make him change gloves.
You gonna go get one, maybe?
I don't know. And Liam Carroll's coming out And I can guess what the conversation is, that, he pitched with it in the first inning.
Yeah.
Why the big deal now? So, yeah, they have dispatched someone to the clubhouse to get a glove for Valera. And Carroll and Larry Pettis having a conversation, and Liam Carroll doing most of the talking, and he is not happy at all. But just able to kind of catch it as he took it off of his hand and flipped it into the dugout. There was a gray patch or a white patch on the outside of it, and I don't know if the umpires just didn't notice it in the first inning. He is using one of his infielder's gloves to catch the return throws from his catcher as he took some warm-up tosses.
And again, Dan, young guy, 18, and you say don't let it affect you. But if you're...
All right, but okay, now here's what I don't understand.
Yeah.
And add it to the list of things I don't understand. The glove that they just brought out to him is very, very light tan, which would be more of a distraction to a hitter hiding the baseball coming out of his hand than the glove that he had on, and yet they're letting him pitch with this glove. Now, go figure.
I don't know. But if I'm Hernandez, I'm looking first pitch fastball. It might have been that way anyway, but had that distraction. Let's see what happens.
So Arxie Hernandez leading it off, and it is a first pitch fastball at 98 that missed low and in. Hernandez 4 for 13 in the series. He only had 3 hits all season coming in, still just 7 for 41. Lifts this one in the air to right center field. Nelly Taylor on the run, and he easily tracks it down as Yofiri Rodriguez drifted in front of him, and there's one out.
I'm telling you, Dan, if that ball goes up in the air with any of the outfielders that are on this team, pretty good chance of catching it.
Yeah, and Zach Earhart's a pretty good outfielder in his own right, but if you have an outfield of Taylor, Rodriguez, and Miguel Blaze out there, good luck if you're an opposing team. First pitch, a strike to Wes Kath. Just 2 for 21 on the year, and both of those hits have come in this series. Takes that pitch low. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 out, nobody on, top of the second, scoreless game. And a dribbler foul first base side. It's 1-2. Depending on how far back Frank White was with the Kansas City Monarchs, he might have played with Satchel Paige. I don't know that, but it's possible. 1-2 pitch, strike 3 swinging. That's the changeup at 92. 2 down, second strikeout for Valera, and here's Terrell Tatum making his season debut at any level tonight. He spent the entire season a year ago with Double-A Birmingham, hit .219 with 5 homers and 43 runs batted in. High strikeout guy, punched out 130 times. Left-handed batter, and he takes a strike. Valera winds and delivers. Good breaking ball. Cut the heart of the plate, and he's ahead 0-2. Tell you, if you want to get a history of baseball in Greenville, and there's a full chapter, I believe, on the Black Spinners. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Go to Amazon or wherever you buy books and order the book Voices from Mayberry or Voices from Meadowbrook Park, written by our friend Mike Chabarro, who lives here in Greenville. He has done a phenomenal job in documenting the baseball history of the Greenville area. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the second. No score.
Staffing has not only strived for excellence, but we consider ourselves an extension of our client's HR department. With top-notch recruiters, sales team members, and customer service, Kudzu Staffing can tailor employee training to meet any client needs. Recruiting and training employees across South Carolina, North Carolina, and Georgia, Kudzu Staffing is more like the kudzu vine. Fast-growing, hard to stop, and covers everything. To find out more and see our regional locations, visit kudzustaffing.com. That's kudzustaffing.com.
You already know about the great food at Arden's Burger and Grill in Central. The amazing variety of wings, the gourmet burgers, and so much more. Now, take it a step further. The folks at Arden's are excited to announce they are the proud owners of Beef and Rib in Westminster. So along with the expected elements of Arden's menu, Beef and Rib also offers a daily meat and three. Home-cooked, freshly made, simply delicious. So now you can step up to the plate in either location. Arden's Burger and Grill in Central, Beef and Rib in Westminster. Find both on Facebook today. Call Bracken Roofing and Gutter today for damage repair, gutter repair and installation, insurance inspections. They do it all. Get your free inspection today. That's Bracken Roofing and Gutter at 864-704-5993. Miguel Blaise will lead it off, then Brooks Brannon and Hudson White against Jake Bockenstedt. Series and the homestand wraps up tomorrow. 3:05 Easter Sunday start. Can make it to the ballpark. We'd love to have you here. All right, Blaise stepping in. Hit his second home run of the season last night in the first inning. Drive only had 3 hits last night, but 2 of them left the yard, and that was enough for a 3-2 win behind excellent pitching from Hayden Mullins, Isaac Stebbins, and Jeremy Woo-Yellen. 1 ball, no strikes in the pitch, and he pops it up on the infield. Third baseman Hernandez coming down, drifting toward the mound, and he makes the play, and there's 1 out. So here's Brooks Brannon. 1 out of 11 in the series. Hitting 194 with 2 runs batted in. His first swing is a foul tip into the mitt of Jackson Appel, strike 1. And that breaking ball drops in for a strike. It's very quickly 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. And a check swing, he did not go. Brannon followed by Hudson White. Anybody gets on, it'll be Andy Lugo. And strike 3 swinging. I tell you what, big overhand breaking ball, and Brannon was way out in front of it. 2 down. Now White, who has showed some signs of perhaps coming around. 4 for 11 in the series, still hitting just 167, but has a double and an RBI. And he takes a breaking ball that drops on the outside edge for a strike. The 0-1 to him. And he hits this one pretty well back into center, but easy out there for Zavala. And the inning is over. So 3 up and 3 down for Bockenstedt. We've completed 2 here at Fluor Field. No score.
invite you to worship with us, whether you're seeking a new church home, just visiting, or have questions about having a relationship with Jesus Christ. Led by Senior Pastor
using their diverse talents and skills to inspire and empower youth. The primary mission of the Upstate chapter is to help African American youth attain high levels of achievement and to enhance the quality of life within their communities. The organization accomplishes its mission through mentoring youth, education support programs and initiatives, health and wellness programs, economic empowerment, and leadership development. The chapter is honored and proud to salute the late great professional baseball player and humanitarian Jackie Robinson on Jackie Robinson Day at Fluor Field. Jackie was a founding member of the 100 Black Men National Organization, formed in 1963, which presently has 100 chapters throughout the United States and the Turks and Caicos Islands. The Upstate chapter is one of those affiliated with the National 100 Black Men of America organization. The Upstate South Carolina chapter of 100 Black Men was established in 2004. Thank you for joining us tonight, and
Great rates. Visit them today at Cherrydale Plaza in Greenville, like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. Top of the third inning, scoreless, 9-1-2 in the Winston-Salem lineup against Juan Valera, and here to call innings 3 and 4, Mr. Uh-oh himself, Tom Van Hoy.
Goodbye. Samuel Zafala is the ninth place hitter. Then it'll be Sam Antonacci, followed by Ryan Galaney here in the top half of the third against Juan Valera, who has a different glove on. He had to change gloves before the second inning was complete. And he did okay with that new glove. Let's see what he did with the first pitch here. And it's lined just off the diving third baseman Andy Lugo's glove. And Zavala goes the other way. Came in at 143. Is 5 out of 35 at a couple of hits in this series. And he starts it with a line shot. It trickles into left field for a base hit.
Well, again, with a left-handed hitter up, left side of the infield is shifted where Lugo is basically between third and short. If he's 3 or 4 steps back toward his position, that ball's right at him.
Sam Antonacci, who singled to begin things and had a stolen base, ended up at second. In a scoreless first inning, takes first pitch for ball 1 for Winston-Salem. This is the 5th of 6 game between these two, tied at 2 apiece. Going to play 24 this year, 18 last year. Dash 111 of those. Bunt, third base side. Going to let it roll, and it is going to be a base hit. Just trying everything that he could. Lugo, hey, nice job by Antonacci. You just said it a moment ago. If it's there, go ahead and take it. We usually do not see that, but he did, and Lugo was hoping that ball might curve and go foul, but it hugged the grass, and that's a base hit. Runners on first and second now. And Ryan Galaney just missed one his first time up, at a high fly ball into center field. Top of the third. 2 runners on. No score in this one. Winston-Salem trying to get on the board, and Ryan Galaney, 333, leads the team in that category. 3 home runs tied, 16 RBIs, leads in that category. In fact, he's top 6 in 9 categories offensively in the South Atlantic League. Early, but off to a great start. Lines, base hit, center field. Will they send him? Nope, going to hold him up right there. And the throw comes back in, and nobody was at second base defensively, and the ball hits the player on second base, Antonacci, and it rolls away. Has to be run down by De Leon.
Well, you know, back in the old days growing up, we played in the sandlot. We'd play with a wiffle ball or a tennis ball, and if you don't have enough players, you play 2 or 3 guys.
You hit the runner.
Yeah, what you call sockos. Yeah. You know, if the ground ball to you, and if you could hit him with the ball before he got to the next base, he was out.
Yes. Well, it was a pretty smart move, though. He was standing on second base. So
standing right on the bag.
He was safe in Saco or in minor league baseball. Well, a difficult situation here for Valera in the top half of the third inning. An infield, and not necessarily an infield single, but a line shot off the glove of the third baseman, and then a bunt single. Then Galaney laces one into center field. They're jammed for Caden Connor, and He dumps one into left field. It's going to drop in there for a base hit and going to stop the runner at third. Becomes a 1-0 ball game. 97 in on the fist and just able to fight it off and dump it into the outfield. And caught her and just station to station to station, and that produces a run of the ball game. So Jackson Appel will come to the plate. Got just enough of that one.
Tom, we've seen 2 left-handed hitters for the Dash go the other way. Novel approach.
Well, and here's another left-hand hitter, and he swings and pops it up. Shortstop backtracking, giving way to the left fielder. Earhart calls him off. Good communication there, and that's a big out. Fourth-place hitter Appel. He struggled a little bit, but had walked first time up, but gets that first out of the inning, but the bases remain loaded with 1 run in. A 1-0 ball game. Winston-Salem top 3.
And in this inning, second time through the batting order, they have been very aggressive early in the count. We've seen several balls put in play on the first pitch from Valera.
Gerald Perez, he flied out to center his first time up, and he takes a big cut, attacking again. Fly ball, first base side is going to drift back into the stands. And an error by the gentleman in row 14 in section 113 as it bounces away and somebody comes up with the ball. But you're right, Dan, very aggressive against that, in many cases, first pitch fastball. Perez, though, has struck out 16 times. He leads the team in that category. So let's see what Valera can do here. Bases are jammed, 1 in, 1 down, top 3, 1-0 ball game. Goes upstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike. Winston-Salem averaging 4.5 runs per game. They've scored 18. Drive has scored 20 in this 4-game set so far. Split evenly. High fly ball into the outfield. Drifting over. Rodriguez in right field will make catch. Deep enough. His throw is going to be cut off and is headed toward third. So Perez does his job to get it deep enough into the outfield to get that second run home. Becomes a 2-0 ball game. On down to third base now on the tag and advancement there. You know, we saw this Winston-Salem team with really good situational baseball on many occasions so far, and willing to do some of the small things to provide that opportunity. We've seen it here in this inning to put 2 on the board. And now here's Arxie Hernandez. And first pitch is a called strike. Again, 98 miles an hour. And there's about 89.5 feet available on that right side.
Yeah, no kidding.
Second baseman De Leon is pretty close to the bag, and the runner's being held on at first by Brannon, who's over there tonight. Second pitch, called strike. We talked about that fastball, 96-98, up to 100. It's improved recently. Slider, 89-92. That change in the 90-plus range, and also occasionally with a long horizontal movement with a sweeper, which drops down to 86. See what he does here on 0-2 and trying to get out of this with 2 down with 2 runs in. Runners on first and third. Oh, man. Came inside.
98 to the ribs.
And that one's got to hurt. Just got away from him there because he had him 0-2. Not looking to do that. But, man, that is a tough way to get on the base paths. And you see it there. It came inside, and not much you can do to hop out of the way. And Bob Kipper headed to the mound to talk with Valera, who's up to 37 pitches. He was 24-15 after that second inning. Looking for maybe 4.
Tom, it'll give me a chance to tell the people what I informed the press box today. They're happy. On Tuesday, the 29th, when we return, it's the first time Todaro Pizza is going to feed the press box. You don't have to wait until then if you're in the area. Lunchtime buffet. They've got dollar slice night Wednesdays from 6 to 10. Cheap pizza night Mondays 5 to 10. Just down the block on Markley from the ballpark here. Our good friends at Todaro Pizza.
I wondered what the standing ovation was for. Is either that or the performance in view to the booth. Right?
Yeah, one of those two. Speaking of performance, with this being celebrating the Black Spinners tonight, they had a whole bunch of stuff going on. We'll talk more about later, but the Marching 101 from South Carolina State was here.
So Weth Cath steps in, 2 down, bases jam. 2 runs in, trying to add more and trying to get out of it. Valera delivers the pitch. 98, swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. This is a Winston-Salem team that comes in. Runners in scoring position, 5th at 262. 2 outs, 2nd at 288. They do have a home run. Cath is a potential strikeout victim as he takes a strike there at 97. 1 ball and 2 strikes. He has struck out 12 times in 21 at-bats.
David Sabal's hearing it from the Winston-Salem dugout. He just turned and told him to shut up.
Comes the 1-2. And it is laced into right field. Backtracking. It's over the head of Rodriguez. 1 will score. Here comes another. Going to send a third home. Here comes the throw. And it is not in time with a head first slide. They're going to go down to third. They got the runner caught off base there. Running back and make the tag. But nonetheless, Wes Cath, who came in at 0.95, 2 for 21, hits one over the head of the right fielder, Rodriguez. 3 will score close at home plate with a head first slide, but then caught between second and third and tagged out. But nonetheless, a big inning. They'll put 5 on the board, and we head to the bottom of the 3rd drive coming up. Some work to do when we come back at home.
Print Solutions is trusted by the heaviest hitters in the industry, such as the city of Greenville, the Greenville Greek Festival, the Scottish Games, universities like Clemson, Mississippi State, USC Upstate, North Greenville, and the Southern Conference, just to name a few. From banners and event printing to game day and stadium graphics, Greenville Print Solutions handles it all. Located at 31 Rushmore Drive in Greenville, it's Greenville Print Solutions, creator of the all-in chip for Dabo Sweeney. Same-day banners available, an A1 rating from the Better Business Bureau, the preferred printer for Greenville County High School athletics. What are you waiting for? 864-412-8802 or visit the website at greenvilleprintsolutions.com.
Let me tell you something, Cowboy. This rookie can really bring the heat.
He's smoky and spicy with a Chipotle style all his own.
It's a new Montgomery Inn Chipotle barbecue sauce. Make it a part of your home team.
Available now at your neighborhood grocer or online at cincyfavorites.com.
As we welcome you back to Fluor Field, bottom of the 3rd coming up. Before I turn it back over to Tom, I wanted to tell you, what we saw with Juan Valera after he pitched the 1st inning. He came out to start his warm-ups for the 2nd, and they made him change gloves. The same thing happened in Baltimore today to the Reds starter Hunter Green. Pitched the 1st inning, and then when he went out to warm up for the 2nd inning, they made him change gloves.
Well, it's kind of a strange situation.
It is.
The fact that it would happen twice in one day. But Drive now find themselves down 5-0 as we play here in the bottom half of the 3rd. And Jake Bockenstead with that 5-0 lead delivers the first pitch to the 8th place hitter. And it's Andy Lugo playing 3rd base tonight. Fouls this one back after ball 1, evens the count. And then Framey De Leon back up top for Yeferi Rodriguez, who's back into the lineup tonight. So 5 runs, 5 hits in that inning. There was a hit by pitch on 0-2, which was a big pitch in that inning. Cath had struck out 12 times in 21 at-bats, and he was able to tag one that scored 3. And eventually caught off and tagged out, but nonetheless, 5 runs on 5 hits. 2 balls, 1 strike now. Andy Lugo at the plate. Hits a 2-hopper to the 3rd baseman. Fires across and got him. It was close. On the ground ball to the 3rd baseman, we mentioned some changes, some familiar names if you're a Winston-Salem Dasher, been with us, but Hernandez is in the shortstop playing third. Gerald Perez, who's played a lot at second base, is playing short, and Sam Antonacci, who played a lot of third, is playing second tonight. Wes Kath is over at first. We've seen him at third as well, so some versatility on the infield positions for this Dash team. And with one down, that brings up Remy De Leon. He's at 0-46, 1 for 21, but that was a big hit. Part of that 5-run ninth. They got the drive into extra inning before losing 8-6. Next pitch is high and away from Jake Bach instead. 6'1", 190, 25, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. SIU Edwardsville. He has been very good early on this season. Backs him off with a fastball up and in. 3 balls and no strikes. Comes in 1-0 with an ERA of .9. 10 innings, 1 run, 5 hits, a home run, 9 K, 2 walks. And the opposition just hitting 152, and he's got a 5-run lead, so work to do. Comes back, delivers that pitch at 92, catches the outer edge at the knee on the black for a called strike. De Leon, a switch hitter. Hitting left-handed, he's right on top of the plate. And this one is a called strike. De Leon didn't like it. He walks away, calls time, and he'll have to settle back in. So Greenville in the first 4 averaging 5 runs, hitting just 185, 6 doubles, a triple, and 3 home runs. 2 of them coming last night in the 3-2 win. Fouled out of play back to our left. You know, Dan, if you think about it, you go back to the 8-6 game where the Drive got 5 in the bottom half of the ninth, got 6 hits. They had 2 up until that point, had 3 last night, so there's a span of 17 innings there where the Drive had a total of 5 hits.
It's hard to win baseball games consistently like that.
Here's the 3-2, and it's hit up the first base side, foul.
And then you
Chance
go
to do it again.
And then you go back to the top of this inning after Zavala got the base hit. Antonacci's up, left-handed batter. They're playing like they're playing now. And what does he do? He drops a bunt down the third baseline. You got 2 on with nobody out. It started a rally.
Swing and a miss. He got him. He'd gone fastball, fastball, fastball. Down to the count, 3 balls, no strikes, and then comes back off speed and gets him at 88 for the second out here in the inning. And again, you go back to, I mean, so many things can happen in a baseball game. The little things can make big differences, and that hit by pitch on an 0-2 turned out to be a big one. Here is Yofere Rodriguez. Got the night off last night. Off to a great start with the Drive. This will be his 8th game after the trade with Milwaukee. Number 11 prospect in the Boston organization. Takes it inside for ball 2. He popped up shortstop first time up. See if he can get one to hit here, get something going. 2 down to the bottom of the third, down 5-0. This one's a called strike. We mentioned just the 7 games. He had 3 games with a high A affiliate of Milwaukee, the Timber Rattlers, and hit .417 then. He stood out of 2 with the Drive, a home run, 6 runs batted in.
So
scored 4.
I wonder who was colder the first week of the season. Rodriguez with the Timber Rattlers in Wisconsin or Iggy Suarez in Worcester?
He got snowed out, and I think he's got something in his eye there, and it's David Savall trying to help him out there. Yeah, Iggy looked like
Nanook of the North.
Well, he looked like he needed an igloo down at third base. Come out of it to wave somebody home, you know.
That's his new name, Igloo Suarez.
So here's the 2-1 count to the left-hand hitting Rodriguez, highly regarded prospect, and fouled straight down. Playing right field tonight, saw him in left. And one thing about it, he's another young guy, just new to the organization, but a lot of these players that are new to the Drive, you've got to learn. This is a replica of Fenway, if people don't know, and you've got to learn the nuances and how to play the Green Monster and down the right field line with a pesky pole. Just outside, and then a couple of angles to center at 420. There's a little bit of a notch out in left center field. Things can rattle around there as well. So it's gone full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bottom of the third, 2 down. Rodriguez sees this one stay high, and everybody kind of pausing for semi-dramatic effect, wondering if that might be called a strike, and it was ball 4. And he's on with one out. Opportunity for Nizan Zanatello. Flat out to right, his first time up. Rodriguez leads away. Takes it for a called strike at 91 miles an hour. And difficult start for Zanatello. 5 for 35 now. 143 on the year, and that strikeouts have been an issue. Fouled straight back, and he's out of the count, no balls and 2 strikes. So he'll need to protect here. 6'1", 180. He's 19, out of Bridgeton, Missouri. Second-round pick of the draft of 2023. Swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch up. And that will do it, the bottom half of the third. So after 2 were down, the walk to Rodriguez, and Zanatello strikes out to end it. So no runs, no hits, a walk, 1 left. We're through 3 complete. Dash coming up. Drive down 5-0 here at Fluor Field.
Get to the Hall of Fame. Well, we have you covered with Hall of Fame Sports Grill at 531 Wade Hampton Boulevard in Greenville. Known for their great food and fantastic daily specials, Hall of Fame has you covered with all the game action on their 30 televisions. Plus weekly events like Tuesday nights bar trivia for dummies, Wednesday nights music bingo, Thursday nights dirty bingo, and karaoke with Fred Rock every Friday. That's 531 Wade Hampton Boulevard, HallOfFameSportsGrill.com.
Greenwood American Legion Post 20 encourages you to support American Legion baseball in your area, wherever you are. American Legion baseball has a long celebrated history, not only in Greenwood and the state of South Carolina, but across the United States. If you're in Greenwood this summer, come watch Post 20 play for just $6 for adults, $4 for children, and you can find more information about South Carolina American Legion baseball in your area by going to scalb.org or call Ty Vines at 864-407-8876. Support your local Legion program today.
Please join us tonight in honoring the legacy of former
3 inning totals, 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Winston Salem, and for the drive, zeros all the way across. When the Scott household needed a complete security company, we chose Security Complete. No contracts, no equipment rental, and monitoring you can trust. Check out my guys at Security Complete today. Find them on Facebook or call 864-546-0360.
Well, after a tough third inning, Valera back at. He's thrown 42 pitches, 27 of those for strikes, hoping for 4 innings. And then JoJo Ingracia expected to pitch as well, but he delivered the first pitch here at the top of the 4th inning to the 8th-place hitter, Terrell Tatum, the only one who didn't hit in that 5-run third inning, takes a breaking ball for a called strike. Next one is outer edge belt high, 98, called strike, 0-2. He struck out. Fastball 92. Strikeouts are 97, 92, 92. 1 looking and 2 swinging. Timeout there. Dan told you this is Tatum's first appearance, Birmingham last year. Swings and misses on a 98-mile-an-hour pitch as well. Coming out of NC State a couple of years ago, but he becomes the first out. Here in the top half of the 4th inning. One more look at it. Man, that nice pitch there by Valera, and he'll get Zavala, who started that 5-run 5-hit 3rd inning, with a line shot that the third baseman, Andy Lugo, just went off his tip of his mitt, went out into left field as he takes a first pitch for a called strike. And he shows bunt and doesn't make contact. 0-2. And I mean, again, Lugo was way back there and pretty much playing in the hole at shortstop, with tonight's shortstop Zanatello up the middle. And Zavala will hit one on an 0-2 pitch, and he does so out into right field for a base hit. Stayed back on a breaking ball and able to get a base hit with 1 down here in the top half of the 4th inning. He made the final out last night after the fireworks went off a little bit prematurely. And we had talked about Whelan had a couple strikeouts in the 8th and had 2 in the 9th, and then finished it off with Savella. But that was on a breaking ball at 83 after the others were 95 plus. And he stayed back. Nice at bat there for a young guy that had been struggling coming out of 143. Well, back up top now for Sam Adenacci. He'll hit for the 3rd time here in the 4th inning. That would be something if he hit for the 3rd time in the 4th inning. That would be a big inning.
If he hits for 3 times in 1 inning, you're finishing the game by yourself.
Okay. I'll allow you.
I'm out.
I'll allow you to go home. Okay. If you've batted 3 times in the first 4 innings, you probably know that
Yes.
your team's off to a pretty good start there. Fouled that one straight down. And getting set to deliver the 0-2 pitch, which he did to Zavala a moment ago, hit it into right field for a base hit. And he does. And it's foul. Nope, right in front of the plate. It is fair. Go to second. Wow, did he get him? He did. I'll tell you what, that's a nice play by Hudson White. It was only a couple of feet in front of the plate. And, first reaction is, okay, make sure you get the guy at first. But you know what? Nice job. Great arm. Covered. Able to get the lead runner at second base. Nice play.
Well, what you can't do there is wait for the umpire to tell you whether it's a fair ball or foul ball. You have to react as if it's fair and then adjust. And he did not hesitate at all. And that's why he was able to get that force out at second base.
Yeah, that's a nice play. And 2 down now and trying to get out of this with Ryan Galaney at the plate. And he swings on the first pitch, and it's a high fly ball. Rodriguez in right. Goes back, comes in a few steps to his left. He'll gather it in. And that will do it here for the top half of the 4th inning as Galaney flies out to right field. So the base hit by Zavala. And we are through 3.5, headed to the bottom half of the 4th. Drive coming up. They're down 5-0. Looking for the first hit, first run of the night. See if they get it when we come back.
John and the gang at the Markley Street location here in Greenville have continued the tradition started by his family in New Jersey and brought to the upstate years ago by brother Chris to the Sloan Street location in Clemson. You don't last that long if the food and the service aren't top-notch. Well, they have, because they are. And remember, Todaro has the lunchtime buffet, all you can eat for just $8. Other daily and weekly specials are always in play. And with the Markley Street Todaro location just down the street from Fluor Field, what a great stop before or after a Greenville Drive game. Indoor and outdoor seating are available. Todaro Pizza, Greenville and Clemson. Tell them Dan Scott sent you.
Winston Salem got 5 runs on 5 hits in that 3rd inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's a 5-0 ball game. Drive looking for their first hit. It has been a struggle offensively for the Drive. And this year they averaged 4 runs, hitting .218, which is 8th in the league. 5 home runs, number 10. Kind of on down the list with on-base slugging and OPS near the bottom. Like to get some offense going here. Zach Earhart will lead it off. 4, 5, and 6. Miguel Blaze, and then Brooks Brannon here against Jake Bockenstead out of SIU Edwardsville. Free agent minor league contract in July of 2023. A couple of years at Southeast Iowa Community College as well. And the right hitter gets set, delivers the pitch, and it's inside for ball 1. Earhart struck out first time up. Pardon me, it's Nellie Taylor who's at the plate now. Where's the is the golden microphone?
Yep.
There we go. I was looking down. We'll move the golden mic over to me.
Well,
that mistake.
I could have taken it earlier when I called Nellie Taylor, Ferry Rodriguez twice in the first inning out in center field.
Well,
but since you volunteered,
yeah, well, no, I've got to have it. You've got to take responsibility. Let's hope that Nellie Taylor does not do what I wrote down in my scorebook, and I had a strikeout there, but 3-0. So take that, Tom Van Horn. Called strike. Well, let's hope Nellie Taylor, Zach Earhart, and Miko Blaze. Hopefully they can get things started there. You know, Taylor's an exciting player that the Red Sox organization have a lot of confidence in. And there's the pitch. That ball stroked hard down the right field line. Tell you what, Dan, looking around.
Another big crowd tonight.
The big crowd tonight. Boy, it's been just beautiful, as you said, with the weather that we have had. And going to continue on, hopefully tomorrow as well. And this one is high and outside, so there's a good start for Nellie Taylor. He's out in center field tonight. Rodriguez in right. And here comes the aforementioned Zach Earhart. Let's just do what his brother did last night at Portland, maybe. Get one out of here. 5'10", 190, 22 out of Tampa. 4th round pick last year out of Oklahoma State. He had 22 games with the Drive at 156. He was a teammate, Isaac Stebbins, at Oklahoma State. Saw Stebbins last night, part of that Olin Stebbins, Jeremy Wuyellen combination that resulted in a 3-2 win. Jackson Appel headed to the mound. Conversation with Jake Bockenstedt. He pitched twice against the Drive last year. On August the 10th, a 4-3 loss in 7 innings, was the losing pitcher. That game was at Winston, Salem. And then he actually pitched here September the 5th. 4-3 win. Winston-Salem got 1 in the 9th. No decision. 3 runs then. Went 4 innings, 3 hits, 7K and a walk. Max last year was 5 innings, 85 pitches. And this one is skied on the infield. And Perez, the shortstop, calls everybody off. Everybody gets away from him. And he makes the catch for out number 1. Just missed it. Popped that one up on the infield. Here comes Miguel Blaze. Popped up to the shortstop, Perez. Again, it's Perez at short. Hernandez at third, and Arachi at first, and second, and Kath at first. So, moving parts for Winston-Salem. This is the 5th of 6 games between these two. First pitch is a ball. Placed it as the designated hitter in the 5th spot tonight. Takes this one for a called strike. So it's been in that 90-92 range for a fastball. Fastball 4-seam, curve change. Bockenstedt. There, I thought the runner was going to go. Gave a pump fake there. And a called strike, and Blaze doesn't like it. Bends out of there. Walks back and gets set to get into the box. Doesn't call time. Many cases players do, and now he will. And we've seen it a time or two with a player not ready to hit. Saw one at a college game in a really important situation a couple of days ago, late in the game, and turned it out to be a strikeout. Here's the 1-2. It's inside. The runner goes. Head first slide. Got him at second base. So Taylor took off. He thinks he's safe down there, but the call was emphatically made. And you see Adenachi look at his hand there, playing second base tonight. And Appel, who had only thrown out 5 in 23 attempts, gets one here as we get one more look at it.
Got him. It's a good call.
Right on the base. Great camera work. And then a swing and a miss on a big breaking ball. That quickly, the throw out. And then the strikeout on the next pitch. And that quickly, this inning comes to an end. We're through 4 complete. Dan Scott back with the play-by-play at the top of the 5th. Winston-Salem with a 5-0 lead of the Drive here at Fluor Field.
I thought it was 4 innings. Huh?
.05 for the Double-A Memphis Chicks. He spent a total of 4 seasons in the Mets organization. Hollums was recently inducted into the Greenville Baseball Hall of Fame. Marion Baldy Butler was a standout player for Sterling High School as a member of the 1960 team that won the district championship. The 1960 Sterling Tigers are considered to be one of the best high school teams in Greenville's baseball history. Butler patterned his game after his hero, Willie Mays. He could hit with power, play multiple positions in the field, run the bases with speed, and could throw an absolute laser to home plate from center field. He is considered by many as one of the most talented baseball players to emerge from the Greasy Corner neighborhood. Alonzo Mutt McGreer, a 1966 graduate of Sterling, was a standout baseball, football, and basketball player for the Tigers. On the baseball field, McGreer played multiple positions, including outfield, second base, and pitcher. McGreer is a veteran of the United States Army.
Or 65 pitches, but his pitch count, despite being down 5-0, is at 52, so I'm going to stretch him out towards that 65 pitch limit and see what he can do as we move on here to the top half of inning number 5. Good to have you with us on the broadcast tonight. Game 5 of this series. Each team has won 2, but right now Winston-Salem in control of Game 5. Caden Connor takes a breaking ball low. He has struck out looking and has an RBI single and has scored a run. Left-handed batter, and Valera with the 1-0, swing and a miss in and out of the mitt of the catcher Hudson White, 1-1. Connor, Appel, and Perez, 3, 4, and 5. And the dash batting order here in the 5th. Just missed the outside corner, 2-1. Valera bringing it. Fouled at the plate, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Left-handed batter settling back in, and ready is Valera to bring the break-even pitch. Here it comes. And he missed down and away, ball 3. Let's run it full at 3-2 on Caden Connor, the dash left fielder, leading off the top of the 5th inning. And it's grounded by the mound, past a diving shortstop, Zanatello, into center field for a base hit. Second hit for Connor. Ball was sharply hit. Valera reached for it. It was gone. And Zanatello, shading up the middle, diving on the second base side, or the first base side of second, couldn't get there. So now Jackson Appel, who's walked and flied to left. He's the Burger King K-Man of the night. Section 104 looking for some free food. And the first pitch is low, ball 1. Decent lead at first for Connor. The 1-0 misses inside. 2 balls and no strikes. And here comes Bob Kipper out to the mound to talk to his right-hander, which will allow me to remind you that every fan's dream is to make the Hall of Fame, and now you can. The Hall of Fame Sports Grill, 531 Wade Hampton Boulevard in Greenville. Live sports, trivia, and fantastic food. Find out more at halloffamesportsgrill.com. Yeah, tonight, honoring the Black Spinners. In conjunction with that, here at the ballpark, early on today, they had the 10th annual King Legacy HBCU College Fair, and this place was absolutely packed with prospective students coming to learn about what's available at the historically black colleges and universities. There were tents and displays set up all over the concourse, and that's why the South Carolina State Marching 101 was here, and they entertained all of us throughout the course of the afternoon, and went out in pregame out into center field and put on a little bit of a show. And you know me, Tom, I love me some marching bands.
Oh, man. I mean, tell you what, the movement, symbols, up and down, choreographed. Fun to watch.
The HBCU bands are well known not only for their talent as musicians, but for the shows that they put on. Foul out of play left side. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Section 104 hoping for a strikeout and at the very least a free ice cream cone coupon. 2-2 pitch, and they got it. Off-speed pitch down. And Jackson Appel is the first out of the inning. That's the 5th strikeout. And they're going to give Valera, with 63 pitches, at least one more hitter. Jarrell Perez 0 for 1 with a sacrifice fly. And a throw to first base. And Valera could use a ground ball at somebody on the infield here. And instead, there's a rocket way back, left center field. Perez has homered for the 3rd time in the series. A 2-run shot, and it is 7-0 Winston-Salem. Four homers and 10 RBIs for Jarrell Perez. 3 of the homers and now 5 of the runs batted in have come in the series. So here's Arxie Hernandez, who's flied to center and been hit by a pitch and scored a run. And he swings and misses at a pitch down. Well, 18 years old with electric stuff, but Juan Valera has to learn like everybody else does, and tonight's one of those nights. Pitch pulled foul off the tarp down the third base side. Pat Leland, after realizing nobody in his dugout was going to go get the ball, jogs down toward the hillside, and he'll toss it up there amongst the kids. No balls and 2 strikes on Hernandez. And Valera winds and delivers. Checked his swing on a pitch in the dirt. Did he go? He did not, says Larry Pettis on appeal. Holding at 1-2. Right-hander bringing it again, and he struck him out swinging with a breaking ball away. 2 down, 6 strikeouts. And let's see if that's going to be all for the young right-hander. It is. He will exit after 68 pitches, 47 strikes, and on the short end of a 7-0 score. We have our first Atlanta Bread Company call to the bullpen. We will return to Fluor Field in just a moment.
What do I like about Atlanta Bread? Well, too much to mention in a short commercial, but here are a few things. Bread baked daily, fresh on site, a tremendous selection of soup, sandwiches, and salads, seasonal special additions to the menu, delicious hot coffee, and a bevy of other drink options. And yeah, can't forget about the baked sweet goodies. Dine in or carry out. And when you have the Atlanta Bread Company app, you can order and pay online, then breeze past the lines to the pickup counter to get your food. Experience it for yourself. That's the Atlanta Bread Company, Cherrydale Point in Greenville.
Let me tell you something, Cowboy. This rookie can really bring the heat.
He's smoky and spicy with a Chipotle style all his own.
It's a new Montgomery Inn Chipotle barbecue sauce. Make it a part of your home team.
Available now at your neighborhood grocer or online at CincyFavorites.com.
Atlanta Bread Company call to the bullpen. Brings on left-hander JoJo Ingracia.
6'1", 170. He's 22 years of age, out of El Cajun, California. 14th round pick in the draft of 2023 out of Cal State Fullerton. 0-2 ERA, 4.70. Third appearance, all in relief. He has pitched 7 2/3 innings, 5 runs, 4 earned, 7 hits. How about 14 strikeouts to 1 walk, and the opposition hitting .241. He pitched in the second game of a doubleheader. Remember, there was a suspended game, and then they played 2 on Saturday at Asheville, back of Valera. And he went 3 1/3, 4 runs, 3 earned, 5 hits, 6 K, 1 walk. Gave up a 3-run home run to Garrett Gilmet in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Turned out to be a 5-2 loss in that game. So he'll have his opportunity here tonight. Hopefully he can give the drive some length here.
He'll get Wes Kath, who has struck out and also has a 3-run double and highlighted that 5-run third inning. Swings and fouls the first pitch away. Haven't mentioned it yet tonight, but it's a standing thing with us. The email address is available if you'd like to drop us a line. Drivebooth@yahoo.com. Drivebooth@yahoo.com. Breaking ball fouled away. It's 0-2. Gracia shakes off a sign. And now the 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 swinging. Breaking ball. Got him. Inning over. But 2 more runs on the Jarrell Perez long ball. And after 5.5, the halfway mark of this one, it is 7-0 Winston-Salem.
Simply call the best. Bracken Roofing and Gutter. Whether it's roof replacement, new and remodel installation, roofing insurance claims, whatever your needs, Bracken Roofing and Gutter will simply do it right the first time. And the same goes for gutter screen installations. Forget about balancing on ladders and cleaning your gutters. Let Bracken Roofing and Gutter screen them for you today. Listen, don't settle for subpar work. Get a free inspection today. Check out their reviews on Facebook. You'll see many satisfied customers, and they're all saying the same thing, that they're happy that they chose Bracken Roofing and Gutter. That's Bracken Roofing and Gutter. Call Kyle today at 864-704-5993.
Montgomery Inn Ribs and Sauce, Skyline Chili, Grater's Ice Cream, so much more. If it's a taste of Cincinnati you're craving, get it shipped directly to your front door by going to CincyFavorites.com. Well, not only are the Drive down 7-0 as we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning, still looking for their first hit of the night. It'll be Brooks Brannon, Hudson White, and Andy Lugo. 6, 7, and 8 against Jake Bockenstedt. Brandon struck out swinging his first time up. And that fastball is low, ball 1. Bockenstedt, another dash pitcher that's not lighting up the radar gun like we're accustomed to seeing all over professional baseball. Chopper up the middle, and that is going to sneak through. A diving grab about 10 feet out on the outfield grass by Antonacci, but no chance to get Brandon, and there is your first hit of the game for the Drive. What Bockenstedt has done, again, is locate the off-speed stuff and the breaking stuff. So, fourth base runner, the Drive had 3 walks previously, and now the hit by Brandon. Here's Hudson White, takes ball 1. He flied to fairly deep center field his first time up. Breaking ball low and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Throw to first, and diving back to the bag is Brandon. .2-0 pitch in the air down the right field line. That is going to twist into the seats foul. And it's 2-1. .63 pitches now for Bockenstedt. 1 hitter into the 4th inning. .2-1 pitch. Big swing and a foul back on a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 2-2. Last night, the starter Shane Murphy exited after 64 pitches, but the 2 previous starters, Lucas Gordon and Tanner McDougal, both threw 84 in their outings. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball just missed the outside corner. And it's full at 3-2. Right-hander with the payoff. And it's grounded to the right side. To his left is Antonacci, the second baseman. Only play will be to first as Brandon advances to second base, and there's 1 down. Shading up the middle. Ball wasn't hit particularly hard. And now let's see if Andy Lugo can find a gap somewhere and get the Drive on the board. Trailing 7-0 here in the 5th. By the way, Tom, the attendance figure is in.
Oh, I better get prepared.
Yes. First pitch to Lugo, breaking ball strike. Lugo grounded to third his first time up. The 0-1. That breaking ball got the inside corner, and it's 0-2. Lugo incensed. Thought that pitch was way inside. Asked for time to compose himself. Now back in behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Right-hander delivers, and another breaking ball, and he didn't bite on this one. Low and away, 1-2. Tom Van Hoyen standing up, scanning the
globe.
Yeah, something like that. 1-2. Line back through the middle to get into center field for a base hit. Brandon had to hold up to make sure it was going to get through. He will advance as far as third. And holding up was a wise move because Backenstedt reached for that and almost got it, but it shot by him and on into center field.
Yeah, that one had a little bit of a tail on it heading out that way, but once it got past the pitcher, you thought it was hit hard enough. It was probably going to split the difference between the shortstop and the second baseman, get it in center field, but that's got to be the read by Brannon right there, because if they catch it, you got to be able to get back.
Here's De Leon, who struck out his first time. And that pitch is way high, ball one. All right, you got a guess?
Yeah, you know, we had 5,212. Was it 5,073 last night?
5,045.
I tell you what, I think we have 5,000 again tonight. About 5,142.
Strike on the inside corner. 5,142. 5,561.
Okay. I'm glad I was low then. That's great. Boy, great crowds.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm back to my normal self, 400 or 500.
Yep. Missed that one by a little over 300. If you weren't here 2 nights ago, he guessed it right on the nose. First time ever.
I enjoyed that parade in downtown Greenville. My family was there.
2-1 to De Leon. Runners on the corners, 1 out, and he pops it up. First baseman Kath to his right, in on the grass, making the catch, and there are 2 down.
That's a good crowd, 5,500.
Yeah. Launch angle was good, though.
Yeah.
Here is Yoferi Rodriguez, who's flied to center and walked in 2 times up. Fouls that one back. Drive as a team with 2 outs and runners in scoring position, hitting 200 coming in. 0 for 1 in that situation tonight. Rodriguez takes that one low, 1-1. Winston-Salem with 5 runs in the third, 2 in the top of this 5th inning. They lead 7-0. Drive just getting their first 2 hits of the night in this inning. 1-1, missed inside, 2 balls and a strike. Outfield straight away for Rodriguez. Second baseman Antonacci pulled toward the hole, and that pitch misses inside, ball 3. Nazan Zanatello waiting on deck. So 3-1 on Rodriguez. Pitch, and he almost hit him, ball 4. So that'll load the bases. Second time that Rodriguez has walked tonight. 4th walk issued by Backenstedt, and with the bases juiced, here's Nazan Zanatello. Get a visit to the mound. This is not their pitching coach, Blake Hickman. It might be their performance coach, Logan Jones. But he is out to talk to Backenstedt with Zanatello coming to plate. Zanatello is 0 for 14 in the series and has struck out 12 times. So to say that he is due would be a monumental understatement.
Dan, he's highly regarded in the 2nd-round pick in the draft of 2023, 50th overall, but last year was tough at Salem in 78 games, 156, and struck out 51% of the time.
All right, meeting over. Bases loaded, 2 down. Drive this season 4 for 12 as a team with the bases loaded. And Backenstedt starts Zanatello off with a breaking ball, but a balk was called. And that is going to bring in a run. Larry Pettis, who called 2 balks on Albert Feliz the other night, calls one here that allows Brooks Brannon to score to make it 7-1, and Pat Leland coming out to argue the call. Maybe we can get a replay and see what Pettis saw or thought he saw, but the conversation's still going on.
Yeah, the two you were talking about. Here we go.
Well, he was working from the windup, and I don't know if he broke his hands. If you've got the ball in your hand in the glove, you can't take it out and put it back in. And that may have been what they called.
It looked like a little tap motion there. I don't know.
All right, so this is the first official pitch to Zanatello, and it's up and in, ball one.
Because the other night you were talking about that, Feliz came in as a position player, and it looked a little bit like.
Well, he didn't come to a discernible stop.
Yeah.
1 ball, no strikes, and a swing and a foul. But just watching that one replay from behind, that's the only thing I can figure is that it's called breaking the hands. Once you put if the ball's in your hand and you put your hand in the glove, you cannot take the hand out and put it back in with runners on base. Zanatello swings, hits one back into deep left field. To the wall is Connor, not going to get it. Off the wall, bounding back to the infield. 2 runs are going to score. They throw back in behind Zanatello. The throw gets away, picked up by the catcher in foul territory beyond the first baseline, and Zanatello will end up at third base. But a 2-run double for Zanatello, who really, really needed that one. And it's a 7-3 game.
Man, that is a major league hit for that young man. We talked about how highly regarded he is, taking 50th overall, and has struggled. And man, to get that hit in this condition and circumstances, man, that was a good one.
And that is going to be all for Jake Bockenstedt. Pat Leland on his way out to the mound. We have an Atlanta Bread Company call to the bullpen for the dash. Back to Fluor Field in a moment.
About Atlanta bread, well, too much to mention in a short commercial, but here are a few things. Bread baked daily, fresh on site, a tremendous selection of soup, sandwiches, and salads, seasonal special additions to the menu, delicious hot coffee, and a bevy of other drink options. And yeah, can't forget about the baked sweet goodies. Dine in or carry out, and when you have the Atlanta Bread Company app, you can order and pay online, then breeze past the lines to the pickup counter to get your food. Experience it for yourself. That's the Atlanta Bread Company, Cherrydale Point in Greenville.
Let me tell you something, Cowboy. This rookie can really bring the heat.
He's smoky and spicy with a Chipotle style all his own.
It's a new Montgomery Inn Chipotle barbecue sauce. Make it a part of your home team.
Available now at your neighborhood grocer or online at CincyFavorites.com.
Well, down 7-0 coming into the bottom of the 5th inning. The Drive have put 3 runs on the board and chased starter Jake Bockenstedt. The Atlanta Bread Company call to the bullpen brings on lefty Tommy Vale.
6 feet, 195. He will be 26. Coming up here in just a little bit in May, out of Seattle, Washington. Free agent signee 2024 out of Auburn. No record yet, ERA 11.25, his 5th appearance, all in relief, 4 innings, 5 runs, all earned, 4 hits, AK, 4 walks, opposition hitting .267, and he pitched back on Tuesday. The 3rd pitcher in that game, drive 193, went 1 inning, 3 runs, 2 hits, struck out 2, walked 3, and had 2 wild pitches, so he struggled a bit back on Tuesday. Man, what a big hit there by Zanatello. The balk helped some things out to get a run on the board, and then a big 2-out base hit.
So Nelly Taylor steps in. He has walked twice. Zanatello at 3rd on the throwing error after his double by the left fielder Connor. And now lefty versus left-handed batter. And the first pitch from Vale is on the outside corner, a strike. 2 outs. That's a big hit for Zanatello, who, as mentioned, prior to that was 0 for 14 with 12 strikeouts in the series. And Taylor drops one into right field. That's a base hit. Trotting in from third is Zanatello, and it's a 7-4 game.
You get one more look at it there. Stayed back on it. Something about the drive. They can go 4 or 5. We had 17 innings with 5 hits and had 6 in that 9th inning the other night, and kind of open it up here in the 5th.
Zach Earhart 0 for 2. And by the way, you can close the book on Bockenstedt now. That's ball 1 to Earhart. 4 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 4 runs earned, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts, 82 pitches, 46 strikes. Ball 1 low. I'll tell you what, one swing of the bat by Earhart here. It is first of his professional career, and suddenly got a 1-run game. 1-1 pitch to him. Instead, he shoots it up the gap into right center field. That's going to go all the way to the wall on a hop. Watch Nellie Taylor run around third, being waved in. Here comes the relay. It is not in time. RBI double by Earhart, and it's a 7-5 game.
You called that right, Dan. Watch Nellie run. Kicked it into high gear. The helmet goes flying. Liam Carroll waving him home. And another big base hit by someone who has struggled a bit by his standards at the plate, Zach Earhart as well. And see it there. Stayed back. Goes the other way.
That's 3 straight run-scoring hits with 2 outs. And now here's Miguel Blaze stepping to the plate representing the tying run. He's 0 for 2, struck out his last time. First pitch from Vail is outside a fastball, ball 1. Lefty with the pause at the belt, the pitch, and a breaking ball floats in for a strike. He didn't like it. Crowd didn't like it. Now back in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Vail delivers. And another breaking ball, another strike, and Blaze behind 0-2, or 1-2 rather. Base hit here could make it a 1-run game. A long one could tie it up, but Blaze behind, a ball and 2 strikes. The lefty sets. Checks the runner at second and delivers, and it is just inside a fastball. 2-2. Marcelo Meyer drove in 2 more runs today for Worcester in a 12-4 loss. He's driven in 10 runs this week. 2-2 pitch, strike 3 swinging. And the inning is over. But the drive, right back in it. From down 7-0, they put a 5 spot on the board. And we head to the 6th. It's a 2-run game, 7-5, Winston-Salem.
Staffing has not only strived for excellence, but we consider ourselves an extension of our client's HR department.
Veteran of the United States Air Force and played several seasons for the Greenville Black Spinners. Please join us tonight in honoring James J.C. Starks. Ralph Doc Shoemate was a well-known player-manager with the Greenville Black Spinners during the 1940s and 50s. He was an outstanding pitcher who was also instrumental in the development of organized Little League baseball in Greenville. He was one of Greenville's best-known baseball enthusiasts and taught the game to hundreds of youth, including the Reverend Jesse Jackson. For over 30 years, Shoemate served as the personal assistant to Roger C. Peace, the longtime publisher of the Greenville News. Please join us tonight in honoring the legacy of former Greenville Black Spinner, Ralph Doc Shoemate. James Cuda Bailey, an outstanding pitcher on the 1964 Sterling Tiger baseball team. James went on to play baseball at Tuskegee University. And Furman Johnson was an outstanding left-handed pitcher for the Greenville Black Spinners during the 1950s. After winning 20 games during the 1953 season, Johnson was signed by the Indianapolis Clowns of the Negro American League. He played a year with the Clowns and then returned to Greenville, where he continued to pitch for the Black Spinners and other local Negro League teams.
Between innings, Liam Carroll having a big conversation with the home plate umpire. Miguel Blaise slammed the bat down. The umpire pointed at the ground. I don't know if that meant that Blaise had been thrown out or if he had just gotten fined. But Liam Carroll came out arguing for a long time with the home plate umpire, David Sabal. Meanwhile, JoJo Ingracia is continuing his warm-ups.
Yeah, we'll have to find out. I mean, Blaise is the DH tonight.
Yeah, I had wondered if Liam had gotten ejected. He is not standing at the top step. But I also haven't seen him leave the dugout, nor Miguel Blaise.
Yeah.
Now the two umpires getting together. They want to give Ingracia a new baseball. So now we're ready to go here in the top of the sixth inning. Terrell Tatum swings at the first pitch and dribbles one on two hops back to the mound. Ingracia fields and throws, and there's one out. So with one down, here's the number 9 hitter, Zavala, who is 2 for 2 with a run scored. And a strike on the first pitch. Tyler Snepp now has the card and is standing on the top step where Liam Carroll normally stands. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. And we're watching, trying to see what was going on, but also writing things in the book as the inning ended. Getting that shot into the dugout. Did you see Liam exit the park?
I did not. I mean, that's usually what happens.
Yeah.
You see him walking down the right field line to go to the clubhouse.
Breaking ball missed outside, 2-2. We will try to further investigate. Breaking ball, strike 3 swinging. Second strikeout for Ingracia, 2 down, and back to the top of the order for Antonacci.
The second baseman, Sam Antonacci.
Antonacci 2 for 3 with a run scored, and he grounds one to second. There is De Leon, throws on to first, and tell you, that's what you want. You put 5 runs on the board. You want a quick and easy inning, and they got one. 3 up and 3 down. Middle of the 6th. It's 7-5 Winston-Salem.
Make it to the Hall of Fame. Well, we have you covered with Hall of Fame Sports Grill at 531 Wade Hampton Boulevard in Greenville. Known for their great food and fantastic daily specials, Hall of Fame has you covered with all the game action on their 30 televisions. plus weekly events like Tuesday nights bar trivia for dummies, Wednesday nights music bingo, Thursday nights dirty bingo, and karaoke with Fred Rock every Friday. That's 531 Wade Hampton Boulevard, HallOfFameSportsGrill.com.
Greenwood American Legion Post 20 encourages you to support American Legion baseball in your area, wherever you are. American Legion baseball has a long celebrated history, not only in Greenwood and the state of South Carolina, but across the United States. If you're in Greenwood this summer, come watch Post 20 play for just $6 for adults, $4 for children, and you can find more information about South Carolina American Legion baseball in your area by going to scalb.org or call Ty Vines at 864-407-8876. Support your local Legion program today.
Well, while we were away, we were able to confirm two things. Miguel Blaze did not get ejected, but he was fined, as we suspected, for slamming the bat at the plate as he walked off. And Liam Carroll has been ejected. And Tom and I doing what we do up here, we saw the argument going on, but in writing in the book and turning and talking, I never saw him exit to the clubhouse, but Ben Cash, the media relations director here, confirmed that had happened. So first ejection of the season for Liam Carroll. And the guy who started the 5-run fifth inning will begin the sixth, Brooks Brannon. Singled and scored the run. He had the infield hit that started it off. It was a first hit for the drive. They have 5 now. And he takes ball 1 from Tommy Vale. That one's high and away. 2 balls and no strikes. So we want to welcome Liam Carroll to our broadcast tonight for the final 3.5 innings. 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball low, 3-0. David Sabal, the home plate umpire tonight, had been getting some grief from both dugouts. 3-0 pitch, big swing and a foul. At one juncture earlier in the game, he turned to the dash dugout and told him to cool it. And after Miguel Blaze struck out swinging, he was upset at the pitch that was called strike 2, slammed his bat, and David Sabal pointed at the bat, indicating that Blaze was fined for that gesture. And that's when Liam Carroll came out and things got a little interesting. 3-2 now on Brannon. The pitch. And it's high, ball 4. That's the first walk issued by Vale. And now Hudson White, who's flied to center, grounded to second and 2 times up. Drive fell behind 7-0, but put a 5 spot on the board in the 5th. Had the leadoff man aboard, and White pops it up right side, but that's going to get back out of play.
Everybody clap your hands.
No, I don't think the Drive lost last year in the, was it 2 games that they played as the Black Spinners?
That's a pretty good question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
On the road back tonight, the 0-1 is a little flare out over the second baseman's head, and it drops for a base hit. Boy, Antonacci selling out, diving with his back to the infield, but couldn't come up with it. And the first 2 have reached here in the top of the bottom of the 6th inning.
Tell you what, good read by Brannon as well, because he gets about halfway, and you got to make that decision.
Yep.
And he made a good one there.
So now Andy Lugo, who's bounced to third and singled and scored a run, and all of a sudden, if he were to launch his first long ball of the year, the Drive would have come all the way back and take the lead. 2 on, nobody out. And a big swing and a miss at a breaking ball down. Outfield just about straight away. Zavala a step or two towards right for the right-handed batter. The 0-1, and he laid off the breaking ball in the dirt that time. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Say back on Tuesday, he had an RBI double against Vail.
He has 9 hits on the season. 5 of the 9 have been for 2 bases. One ball, 1 strike, the pitch. And he swings and he hits it in the air back into right. Tatum, though, will get back a step away from the warning track and make the catch. But tagging up at second and moving to third is Brannon. So Lugo hit it pretty well. Got the potential 6th run of the game for the Drive, 90 feet away. And now Framey De Leon, who is 0 for 2. He'll turn around to bat right-handed. 1 for 12 in the series, 1 for 21 on the year. That one, though, the other night, the double that capped the 5-run rally and tied the game in the bottom of the 9th inning. First pitch to him from Vail, swing and a miss at a fastball up. 5,561 in attendance tonight and getting their money's worth in this one. Runners on the corners, 1 down. The 0-1 pitch, and he bounces it foul over by the third base dugout. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Yofiri Rodriguez on deck. De Leon asks for time, adjusts the helmet, now back in, taps the head of the bat on the plate. Brannon at third, White at first, 1 out. And Vail with the 0-2 pitch. And he fights off a fastball and fouls it into the crowd first base side. At that big hole on the right side of the infield with the first baseman Kath holding on the runner and Antonacci shading towards the bag. The 0-2, again, strike 3 swinging, fastball up. And he couldn't catch up to it. Second time that De Leon has gone down on strikes. Second strikeout for Vail. And if the Drive are going to do anything in this inning, it's going to be up to Yofiri Rodriguez, who's 0 for 1 with a pair of walks and has scored a run. Lefty versus left-handed batter. And Vail's first pitch to him is on the outside corner, a strike. Inning began with Brannon walking, White singled. Lugo flied to right, moving Brannon to third. De Leon strikes out. And the 0-1 pitch to Rodriguez bounces up there, a ball and a strike. So with Liam Carroll prematurely out of this game, Tyler Snepp now coaching at third, breaking ball for a strike, and Andy Sadowski now coaching down at first base. Rodriguez behind in the count, 1-2. Vail with the pause and the pitch, and he bounced the fastball up there, and a good stop by Jackson Appel saved the wild pitch and a run.
The Drive have them right where they want them, Dan. 2 down.
Yes.
4 of those runs in the 5th, big base hits, came with 2 down.
The 2-2 and a foul back.
Man, we talk about how shallow Connor's been playing at in left.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we know Rodriguez can run.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out. The break-even pitch. way outside ball 3. So with 2 down, Hudson White will get the early start at first base. And is on Zanatello waiting on deck. And here comes the payoff to Rodriguez. The runner at first goes, and look out. Strike 3 called, the breaking ball. Rodriguez went down, thought the ball was going to hit him, and according to David Sabal, it came back over the inside corner for strike 3, and the inning is over. Third strikeout for Vail. The drive let a promising inning go by the boards. We're through 6 at Fluor Field, still 7-5 Winston-Salem.
With us, whether you're seeking a new church home, just visiting, or have questions about having a relationship with Jesus Christ. Led by Senior Pastor Brad Atkins and his incredible staff, Lake Bowen Baptist Church exists to deliver the gospel, disciple the Christian, and to deploy the Christ follower. Lake Bowen Baptist Church is located at 404 Sugar Ridge Road in Inman, South Carolina, at Highway 9 in Sugar Ridge Road. You can check out the ministries and other opportunities at Lake Bowen by going to lakebowenbaptist.com.
On the Dan Scott Show, we tell stories of God doing amazing work in people's lives. The redemptive grace of Jesus Christ is alive and well, and the stories we share every week spotlight examples of dramatically changed lives. The Dan Scott Show airs every Saturday and Sunday on stations around the country and the world, and locally, the Sports and Faith version presented by Ingalls airs Sunday mornings across the entire Greenville, Spartanburg, Asheville market. To find out more about the Dan Scott Show and Grand Slam Ministries, visit danscottshow.org today. That's danscottshow.org.
6-inning totals. Winston-Salem, 7 runs, 9 hits, an error. They have stranded 3. The Drive, 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors, and have left 5. JoJo Ingracia back out for his second full inning of relief. And here to call the 7th, Tom Van Hoyt.
Yeah, got another good one going here tonight. Ingracia getting set to face Ryan Delaney. Get an opportunity. Caden Connor, Jackson Appel. Ingracia has been outstanding. 10 pitches, 8 strikes. Came in, got that strike out of Cath, and then got a 1-2-3 inning. And Galaney's the DH tonight. Of course, we talked about his great success at Wofford College just down the road in Spartanburg as a collegiate player for 4 years. Big swing and a miss to the first pitch at 87 miles an hour. Fly to center, single to center, scored a run, part of that 5-run third inning, 5 hits, and then he fly to right field his 3 at-bats tonight. Just inside for a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Galaney top 6 in 9 offensive categories in the South Atlantic League. He's having a great start to this season. Inside for ball 2. Of course, JoJo Ingracia, we gave you his numbers talking about him. His last outing was in Asheville. Turned out to be the losing pitcher, 3 1/3 with 4 runs, and gave up the 3-run home run of the 8th inning. The difference in that game. But in that game, Dan, he had an immaculate inning.
9 pitches, 3 strikeouts.
How about that? It's about like me guessing the attendance. 2 balls and 1 strike, and lined into right field, and it settles in for a base hit. 94-mile-an-hour fastball, outer edge. Shows you what kind of hitter Galaney is as he starts the 7th with a base hit to right field. 115 immaculate innings in Major League Baseball. 105 pitchers, 80 of them right-handed, 25 of them left-handed. That's in the Major League, so that's a rare feat. Only 3 to do it 3 times. Chris Sale, Max Scherzer, and Sandy Koufax. Here's a ground ball to the second base. It could be 2. Second one. Here's the relay, and it is not in time. Sprinting Caden Connor. Able to beat the throw. They got the lead runner at second base for the first out here in the inning.
Now, Brannon also dropped the throw, but I think he beat it anyway.
Take one more look at it there. Brannon playing first for just the second time. Yep, he did drop that throw there. He might have been able to beat it out anyway, but able to get the the lead runner. And a little foul ball by Jackson Appel. As we play in the 7th inning, so Grassi is a player that highly regarded in the organization as well, number 29, MLB Pipeline, Boston's top 30. Fastball 91-93 up to 94, slider 81-84, change, and a splitter. Left-hander works from that first base side and delivers this pitch, and it goes to the second baseman over the bag, catches it on the first. There is the aforementioned double play. Hard hit ball, nicely done. De Leon able to field it right back up the middle. All he had to do was take one step, touch on second, fire to first, and he was able to get it done. Nicely done again by JoJo and Grassi, and the drive. Coming up, bottom half of the 7th inning. A 7-5 game. Winston standing with the lead. Good one going here at Fluor Field.
You know, it's hard to believe I'm saying this, but I've been telling you about this bucket list dining experience that is Todaro Pizza for more than 20 years now. Why am I still doing it? Well, because it's incredible. John and the gang at the Markley Street location here in Greenville have continued the tradition started by his family in New Jersey and brought to the upstate years ago by brother Chris to the Sloan Street location in Clemson. You don't last that long if the food and the service aren't top-notch. Well, they have, because they are. And remember, Todaro has the lunchtime buffet, all you can eat for just $8. Other daily and weekly specials are always in play, and with the Markley Street Todaro location just down the street from Fluor Field, what a great stop before or after a Greenville Drive game. Indoor and outdoor seating are available. Todaro Pizza, Greenville and Clemson. Tell them Dan Scott sent you.
Well, as we get back, we head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Tommy Vale back on for another inning of work. Came in back of Jake Bockenstead. And the drive able to get some key 2-out base hits as part of a 5-run 5th inning. Winston-Salem, 5 runs, 5 hits in the 3rd. Got 2 more back, home run by Perez. And then the drive able to get 5 runs, 4 with 2 down. Got a good game going, 7-5 as we play in the bottom half. 7th inning. It'll be Nazan Zanatello, Ellie Taylor, and Zach Earhart, 2, 3, and 4 as we get deep into this game. 5th of 6. Got an afternoon ball game tomorrow, 3:05. Relatively quick turnaround for these teams. And the left-hand pitching Vale, I should say, to the right-hand hitting Zanatello, and his first pitch is up high. And Zanatello got a huge base hit back in the 5th. A double to left field, scored a couple of runs. Helped add to that 5-run inning. There was a balk along the way as well to kind of set the stage, to provide that opportunity outside ball 2.
Stretching back to the Asheville series last year before that double, he had been 0 for his last 23 with 18 strikeouts.
The 2-0 pitch. This one swung on, popped up, back and out of play.
So hopefully that double is going to get him going.
Well, and that hit, what had Franny De Leon had been 0 for 21, I believe, something like that, and he got that key base hit. So
he was 0 for 18 when he got the double, yeah.
So 2 balls, 1 strike, and fouled out of play. One of the situations, too, with Zanatello has been down in the count almost each and every time, and here he got ahead of the count, 2 balls and no strikes. He's had 2 good cuts on the last 2, just fouled them straight back. That levels the count at 2-2.
Well, baseball is unlike any other sport, because if you're in a slump like he is, you're almost always behind in the count at 0-2.
And the 2-2 pitch fouled out of play. But then you look at it, too, and Hudson White the other night in that big inning, he had really struggled as well. But he ended up getting, in that game at the end, 3 consecutive base hits. So,
well, these guys are all here to develop. And sometimes we have to remind ourselves of that.
Here comes the 2-2 pitch again, and it's hit hard, and it goes into left field for a base hit. You got to love it. Good at-bat there by Zanatello. Showing some signs here late. And a good way to begin the bottom half of the 7th inning. Drive down 7-5, and Ellie Taylor at the plate. stayed down, back, put that foot down, hammered it hard into left field. Got the base hit. Taylor walked at a stolen base in the first. He walked again in the fourth and was caught stealing. An RBI base hit back in the fifth, and then we saw his speed on display as he scored on the double by Earhart. Takes first pitch called, strike. Not real happy with that call, but nonetheless, 0-1. Relatively straight away in the outfield. Maybe the left fielder Connor is pulled over a little bit. Connor and Ingracia, by the way, were teammates at Cal State Fullerton in 2023. They went 32-24. Next pitch is just off the plate, 2 balls and 1 strike. So Kath at first base, and he'll hold on Zanatello, who now has 2 hits on the night. Drive was 7. Took them a while to get their first hit. Big swing and a miss on a fastball up. That's one that it's hard to catch up to, and it evens the count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. Another beautiful night at the ballpark. Great crowds on hand. Let's see if the Drive can. They're back in it. There goes the runner. Swung on, popped up, back, and it'll be, listen for it, up on the roof, back behind us. So put Zanatello in motion. 2 for 3 on the year. The Drive as a team, 13 out of 18. The 13 stolen bases tied for 10th of South Atlantic League. Trying to make something happen there in a 2-2 pitch. He can hit that ball into left center field. He'll demonstrate that speed again. Just outside with an off-speed pitch at 84. And the count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. We play here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Winston Salem at one point had a 7-0 lead. It's 7-5 now. Trying to add on. Big pitch here, 3-2, and it's in the dirt outside for ball 4, and the first 2 have reached here in the bottom half of the 7th inning.
And so it's a second straight inning. They've gotten the first 2 aboard. They were unable to cash in the 6th. Hopefully things will turn a little different here in the 7th.
Well, here comes Zach Earhart, and Earhart had struck out and popped up. Looks like Matt Leland is going to head to the mound, which means we have an Atlanta-bred company call to the bullpen. We will take a break, come back, and tell you who it is. Great one going, first and second, nobody down, bottom 7, 7-5, Drive down by 2. Let's see what happens when we all come back after this.
Experience it for yourself. That's the Atlanta Bread Company, Cherrydale Point in Greenville.
Let me tell you something, Cowboy. This rookie can really bring the heat.
He's smoky and spicy with a Chipotle style all his own.
It's a new Montgomery and Chipotle barbecue sauce. Make it a part of your home team.
Available now at your neighborhood grocer or online at CincyFavorites.com.
Now Pat Leland going to his bullpen again, bringing on the Dash's 3rd pitcher of the night. Atlanta Bread Company call to the bullpen. Brings us right-hander Mark McLaughlin.
6'3", 205, and out of Atlanta, Georgia. Taking to the 7th round of the draft of 2022. McLaughlin comes in at 0-1 ERA, 5.79. 5th appearance, all in relief, 4 2/3. 4 runs, 3 earned, 6 hits. Struck out 5, walked 1 opposition, hitting .300. He pitched in Wednesday in Game 2, the 3rd pitcher that night. 5-2 win by Winston Salem. 2 innings, 1 run, a hit, 2 K. 28 pitches, 20 of those were strikes on that night. They come in back of Vail, who replaced Jake Boxstead. And he'll get Zach Earhart with Miguel Blaze and maybe Brooks Brannon to follow here. Trying to eat into the 7-5 deficit that they have right now. Earhart with a strikeout and a pop-up. The shortstop before that RBI double in the 5th. Swings on the first pitch and fouls it up the third base side foul. Played left field, DH, right field. Came in 0 for 9. Picked up that base hit. Good time to get that. Was here last year for a little bit after drafted out of Oklahoma State. Overhand breaking ball is just off the plate. Got to wait. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners on first and second. Began with a base hit by Zanatello to left. To walk to Nellie Taylor. And here's the 4th place hitter, Zach Earhart. Right-hand hitter, bit of an open stance. And the pitch. It's in the dirt, rolls away. And he goes 2 balls, 1 strike. Thought about it. Able to bring the bat back.
Zanatello also thought about trying to advance to third, but wisely thought better of it.
Yeah, from a situational standpoint, you got to be able to read the key there, and he did a nice job trying to keep him close at the second baseman, Adenachi, and dancing a little bit there. Swung on and fouled down the right field line. So with Adenachi, played third base 4 games, couple at second. We talked about Perez has been the second baseman, it's a shortstop, and Hernandez, who's been playing short at the third base, and with Cap over there at first, we've seen Galaney and Makarevich play first as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. McLaughlin comes set, jockeying back and forth at second, way outside for ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Plenty of room on that right side. Cap is off the bag at first, of course, but deep.
Watch it here, Zanatello.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. It is hit out into right field, and on the run, back goes, and it is going to be captured out in right field. Deep enough, though, the tag, and on down to third goes Zanatello. First glance, thought maybe it might have some carry, but it hung up into the nighttime, and it was Tatum able to run it down. But bottom line, able to get him down to third, so that's a good AB.
Well, and here's the intriguing thing about this inning. It's the exact scenario as the last inning. First 2 got on. Lugo with the fly ball to right that moved the runner to third. First and third, 1 out. Could not get him in. Now let's see what Miguel Blaze can do.
Yeah, here's a guy that wants to get a key at-bat here and make something happen after the strikeout last time up and fired the bat down, and that caused some consternation. Liam Carroll and things that transpired after that. First pitch is off the plate, ball 1. Struck out back-to-back times after a pop-up to the shortstop. And this one will settle in there for a called strike. Blaze in the DH spot, hitting 5th tonight. 2 home runs and 8 runs batted in. Big right-hand hitter, number 15 in the Boston organization. There goes the runner to second. Somewhat of a delayed steal, but able to get in there. No throw, down by Appel, and on down to second base safely, and runners on second and third now. Good read by Taylor.
And a base hit here could tie it up.
Boy, you just love a base hit here. We know that Taylor can run in a 7-5 ball game. The 2-1 pitch. Fouled up the third base side. Drive 269 with runners in scoring position in this series. 5 out of 18, 1 out of 9, 5 out of 12. And then there weren't many opportunities last night. That was a great game. Solid pitching. Got the 3 hits, 2 of them home runs, and one a big one, 3-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. Runners on second and third. Drive down 7-5 in the 7th. Winston-Salem. Here's the pitch. Low and outside, it's gone full, and now McLaughlin, who has come in back of Vail, who replaced Bach instead, has to come to Blaze, who hit one out of here into left field in the first inning of the game yesterday. 3 balls, 2 strikes. McLaughlin delivers the pitch. Hit on the ground to the second baseman. Charges hard. That's going to get a run home. The toss over by Antonacci will get place at first, but he did what he needed to do in that circumstance. If you don't get a base hit, get it on the ground and get him home, and he did. Becomes a 7-6 ball game.
Well, in today's analytically driven game, and when it comes to arbitration, that's not the kind of thing that is going to make you money, but it's the kind of thing that helps you win ball games.
Well, let's see what Brooks Brannon can do now. Right-hand hitter, put on the back line. Big swing and a miss. That off-speed pitch way over the top, and then on down to third is Nellie Taylor. Brannon struck out. He got a base hit in that 5-run fifth. He started everything and eventually would score on a balk, and then he walked back in the 6th inning. So been on a couple times tonight. Playing first base for the 2nd time this year. Next pitch is off the plate. Breaking ball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
That run, by the way, was charged to Tommy Vale, and Nellie Taylor at third belongs to him as well.
Well, we know the drive's penchant for 2-out base hits. We saw it the other night. We saw it here tonight with 4 of the runs coming with 2 outs. Here's a cold strike at 94. So the fastball 93, 94, and we've seen him break it off.
Tom, they seem to do it in bunches.
Did it in
the 9th inning the other night. Nothing, and now have done it in the 5th inning earlier tonight.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch outside, levels the count of 2-2. Yeah, 2 hits until the 9th inning. The other night scored the 5. You get it at extra innings. Had only 3 last night. We talked about 5 hits in a combined 17 innings. They didn't have any until the 5th inning tonight. So let's see if Brannon can come up with a big one here. And it's hit into the outfield. It's going to hang up. It's going to get down, and it is going to be captured out there. Just a little bit too much underneath it. I thought at first glance that maybe going to be able to drop in there, but good read by the right fielder, Terrell Tatum, and he was able to run it down, and that will end the inning. But for the drive, they were able to get 1 on the board, and they get within 7-6 here at the end of 7. Dan Scott back to take you the rest of the way. Stay with us. Great one going here from Fluor Field on this Saturday night.
He was drafted in the 3rd round of the 1969 NFL Draft by the Denver Broncos and went on to play 13 seasons as a defensive back for the Broncos. Thompson was a 3-time Pro Bowl selection, and in 1987, he was selected to join the Broncos Ring of Fame. Join us tonight in honoring Greenville's own Bill Thompson. John Bubba Whiteside grew up in the Greasy Corner neighborhood and learned to play baseball at Mayberry Park. He was taught the game by many of the older men who played for the Greenville Black Spinners. John was an outstanding shortstop for Sterling High School and captain of their 1967 team. John has been instrumental in preserving the history of his old neighborhood and a leader in organizing the annual Black Spinners Night here at Fluor Field. Join us tonight in honoring Greenville's own John Bubba Whiteside. Your Hales Jewelers next game time is tomorrow afternoon at 3:05 as the Drive close out their series against the Winston-Salem Dash. It will be an Easter celebration. We have $9 tickets, the Easter Bunny, of course, and post-game egg hunt. You won't want to miss it.
You already know about the great fresh food at Arden's Burger and Grill in Central. Now Arden's also operates beef and rib in Westminster. 2 great ways to step up to a delicious plate. Find Arden's and Beef and Rib on Facebook today. Well, at one time, the Drive trailed this game 7-0. But 5 runs in the 5th, 1 in the 7th. They have pulled to within 1 at 7-6, and JoJo Ingracia out there to begin the 8th inning. He's charged with keeping it right there in his first pitch, a breaking ball that misses outside to Jarrell Perez. Perez hit the 2-run home run in the 5th inning that made it 7-0. He's driven in 3 runs tonight. The 1-0, and he misses down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. 3:05 tomorrow, the series and homestand finale. Jettix and Paez gets to start for the Drive, and we'll see Seth Keener for the 2nd time in the series for Winston-Salem. Ingracia misses outside, ball 3. Three balls and no strikes. The lefty bringing it. And there's strike one called. That home run that Perez hit in the 5th, his 3rd of the series, 4th of the year, was a laser shot out of here to left center. 3-1, and he hits one a ton again, but well foul over Reedy's clubhouse down the left field side. And the count's full at 3-2. So Ingracia trying to come all the way back. The lefty's payoff, and he just got a piece of it, a changeup. So we'll do the 3-2 all over again. Arxie Hernandez, Wes Kath also due up here in the top of the 8th inning. Ingracia dealing. And strike 3 called, a breaking ball. Dropped on the inside corner, and now it is Jarrell Perez's turn to question home plate umpire David Sabal.
Man, that is a great pitch, Dan. You're talking about down 3-0, get back, get it to 3-2, and then you come with that breaking ball. Nicely done. Frozen.
Arxie Hernandez 0 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch and scored a run. And he takes it outside a ball. I suppose there are a couple of different ways you could look at David Sabal's night behind the plate tonight. In the opinion of a lot of people, he has struggled. Here's the 1-0. And an off-speed pitch in for a strike, 1-1. But I suppose if you've had both sides angry at you all night, there's something to be said for at least some level of consistency, right?
There you go.
Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball fouled to the left of the plate. 1-2. And sometimes, as hard as we can be on umpires, we have to remember that these guys are young and trying to work their way up the ladder too. 1-2 pitch. Fouled into and out of the drive dugout, ricocheting back toward the plate. Still not going to cut them as much slack as we will the players, though. Just on principle alone. The 1-2. Changeup misses outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. In the drive 8th, they will have the bottom third of the batting order due up. White, Lugo, and De Leon. 1 out deep into the top of the 8th inning. It's 7-6, Winston-Salem. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 swinging, took something off of a breaking ball. In the dirt, had him out in front. Back-to-back punch-outs for JoJo Ingracia. He's got 4 strikeouts since coming on. 2 down, and here is Wes Kath. He is 1 for 3. That one a big one, though. A bases-clearing 3-run double with 2 outs in the 3rd inning that highlighted their 5-run inning. He has struck out twice. Now 3 for 24 on the season with 14 strikeouts. Fouls the first pitch off.
You know, Dan, we always talk about the little things. That was on an 0-2 pitch. There'd been a hit. There'd been a hit by pitch as well prior to that. And that just provided the opportunity.
Pitch fouled straight back, and Ingracia ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. Tell you what, much like last night, of course, we expected on Fridays because of the fireworks, but a good number of the crowd of 5,561 hanging in toward the end of this one, hoping the drive can complete the comeback.
No school. That's
right.
That's the best thing. You can stay past the 4th inning.
0-2 pitch. Breaking ball down and away.
You know, that's our first look at Ingracia. He was at Salem last year, 3-1. How about that ERA of 1.85, 93 strikeouts in 58 1/3 innings?
He is ready with the 1-2 pitch to Wes Kath. Here it comes. Fastball up, 94 with that one. 2-2. Should Kath reach, Terrell Tatum would be next. Ingracia trying to put Kath away right here. The 2-2 pitch, and he missed low, ball 3. He came on in the 5th inning to get the final out. He struck out Westcath, in fact, was the first batter he faced. Got him 1-2-3 in the 7th, gave up a hit, but got a double play ground ball in the 6th, rather, and then the hit, the double play ground ball in the 7th. He strikes out Kath swinging here, and he strikes out the side. 5 strikeouts now for Ingracia. Middle of the 8th inning. It is 7-6. Winston-Salem on top. All right, I'm all about getting 2 runs here and 3 outs and going home.
For your surprisingly great rates today, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
If you find yourself in need of banners or stadium graphics, event materials printed, I suggest you call my buddy Sid and the folks at Greenville Print Solutions. It does work for people all over the Southeast, Clemson, Mississippi State, among others. So many people right here in Greenville as well. On the web at greenvilleprintsolutions.com. Bottom third of the order for the drive. White, Lugo, and De Leon against Mark McLaughlin. He came on, allowed an inherited run to score, but retired 3 straight in the 7th inning after Tommy Vale had gotten into some difficulty. White 1 for 3, singled his last time up. And he takes a breaking ball from McLaughlin for a strike. Big right-hander delivers, and there's a strike at the knees. No balls and 2 strikes. White, mentioned earlier, showing some signs of coming around with the bat. He's 5 for 14 in the series now with a double. The 0-2, and he fouls that one away. Batting average still on the interstate at 182 as he stands in the batter's box right now. Trying to battle back from an 0-2 count and become a leadoff base runner. Pitch. And the off-speed pitch stays high, and it's off the mitt of the catcher, Appel. 1 ball, 2 strikes. They are playing him as an opposite field hitter in the outfield. You might want to take a snapshot of the infield. It's as straight up as you're going to see these days. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball up and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the second baseman, Antonacci, is shading a bit towards second base. But the shortstop's in the shortstop position. The third base is in the third base position. 2-2 pitch, and it's a dribbler up the third base line. McLaughlin gets bare hands, off balance throw, and he got him. Lost his footing as he let it go. And that's a nice play. Crowd doesn't like it, but no argument by White or Andy Sadowski, who's coaching at first base.
Yeah, White's running as hard as he can, and that's a really nice play. We're going to get a good look at it here. He got
him by an eyelash.
Nice camera work. Good job by our crew again tonight.
Andy Lugo 1 for 3 with a run scored. And he swings and misses at a 94-mile-an-hour fastball up, strike 1. McLaughlin working from the windup, the 0-1 pitch, and he drops a breaking ball in for a strike. And Lugo finds himself down in the count 0-2. If nothing else, we are going to see the top third of the batting order at least foul straight back in the 9th inning. I am still all for the Drive scoring a couple of runs here, getting 3 outs and going home. Here comes the 0-2 pitch and a fastball, and it was right on it, but fouled it straight back.
Everybody clap your hands.
Take a chance to look at the Kudzu Staffing South Atlantic League scoreboard after this pitch. Again, the 0-2, and he lays off a breaking ball in the dirt, 1-2. Bottom of the 8th inning, Rome batting at home, tied with Asheville 4-4. Brooklyn and Aberdeen tied 3-3. Brooklyn batting in the top of the 8th inning. 1-2 pitch. And a fly ball back into deep left center field. Did he get it? He did! Andy Lugo's first of the year to the right of the Green Monster. And we are tied at 7 apiece. And that happy young man wasted no time getting around the bases. He gets the big reedy head for the celebration.
I love it, man. Look at that. I got the big...
That's one time it's okay to get the big head.
Yes, it is. Stayed back on that, got all of it, drove it out of here, and Dan, the best part of what you said, he just ran around the bases. You know what? We see so much demonstrative stuff going on. Great job.
Framie De Leon takes a breaking ball for a strike. So from down 7-0, the Drive have come all the way back to tie it up. The 0-1, and De Leon lifts one in the air to right. Coming on, though, to make the play is Terrell Tatum, and there are 2 down. Quickly finishing up the scoreboard, everything else in the league is final. Hub City beat visiting Bowling Green 15-4. Wilmington lost at Hudson Valley 8-0, and Greensboro a 9-4 win at home over Jersey Shore. Kudzu Staffing scoreboard for employee training, or if you're looking for temporary employees, check out kudzustaffing.com. Yofiri Rodriguez fouls the first pitch off to the left. He is 0 for 2 with a pair of walks and a run scored. Drive didn't have a hit until the 5th inning. They scored 5 runs in that inning, now 8 hits total. Down and in, 1-1. Winston-Salem with 10. The Dash have committed the game's only error. McLaughlin winds in his 1-1 pitch, and it misses inside, 2-1. We saw Rodriguez homer to right field earlier in this series. The 2-1. And ball 3 inside. Turns toward his own dugout, emphatically nodding his head to the affirmative. 3-1. Let's see what he gets from McLaughlin. Shakes off a sign, now nods the okay, pitching. And he threw him a 3-1 breaking ball. I tell you what, you can almost set your watch by it these days. 2-0 or 3-1 used to be automatic fastball counts, and you very rarely see a fastball in those counts now. Here's the payoff. And he skies it to center field. Routine out there for Zavala. And the inning is over. But he said, the home run by Andy Lugo squares it up. And we go to the 9th inning. Drive 7. Winston-Salem 7. Back to Fluor Field in just a moment.
Greenville. Known for their great food and fantastic daily specials, Hall of Fame has you covered with all the game action on their 30 televisions. Plus weekly events like Tuesday nights bar trivia for dummies, Wednesday nights music bingo, Thursday nights dirty bingo, and karaoke with Fred Rock every Friday. That's 531 Wade Hampton Boulevard, HolidaySportsGrill.com.
Greenwood American Legion Post 20 encourages you to support American Legion baseball in your area, wherever you are. American Legion baseball has a long celebrated history, not only in Greenwood and the state of South Carolina, but across the United States. If you're in Greenwood this summer, $6 for adults, $4 for children, and you can find more information about South Carolina American Legion baseball in your area by going to scalb.org or call Ty Vines at 864-407-8876. Support your local Legion program today.
After the Drive scored 5 runs in the 9th inning a couple of nights ago, ended up losing in the 10th. The next day when we went down to Liam Carroll's office to do our pregame interview and chat with him for a bit, he was telling Tom and I that he was waiting to see if this team was going to show some fight, because he had a lot of these kids at Salem last year, and that was kind of their makeup, and sure enough, they did in that 9th inning, came up short. How about being down 7-0 tonight?
Yep.
And have come all the way back to tie it at 7 as we move in to the 9th inning. 8-9-1 due up, and Terrell Tatum takes it inside a ball. So you're going to have to face Ryan Galaney at least one more time. Well, actually, you don't if you can get the side retired in order here if you're in Gracia. He's behind 2 balls and no strikes to Tatum, who's making his season debut. 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. Spent the entire 2024 season at AA Birmingham. Pops this one foul off third. Lugo coming over. Will he have room? He will not. Into the screen and then bounces back out into fair territory along the third base line.
So, Dan, the one thing you know about in Gracia, 36 pitches, 24 strikes coming in. Against Bowling Green, 49 pitches, 39 strikes. Asheville, 56 pitches, 42 strikes, and 4 1/3 and 3 1/3. And he's now into his 4th inning of work.
Dribbled back toward the mound, and Gracia gets, pivots, throws, and he got it. Yep, they're going to say that he was taking the ball out of his glove, and Pat Leland sprinting across the diamond. And he may have an argument here. He's going to at least convince Larry Pettis to talk to David Sabal. The throw was low, not in the dirt low. And the call was out, and you're asking a guy who was 90 feet away, and now they're going to call him safe. There's a good look from the third base camera, and that's a good call. That angle, Brooks Brannon never had control of it. He snow-coned it. You got Tyler Snepp out mildly arguing with David Sabal. We have the advantage of the replay, obviously. So that'll go in the books as an error. It should be on Brannon. And now here is Samuel Zavala. And he takes it low and inside a ball. First error of the night on the drive. The 1-0. Fastball strike. 1-1. So that's the potential go-ahead run. 7-7 game here in the top of the 9th inning. Zavala 2 for 3 with a strikeout. He has scored a run, and there's a throw to first. He's another guy that struggling coming in, 5 for 35, but those 2 hits tonight. And Gracia with the pause, and they've got him picked off. Throw to first, throw down to second. See you later. 1 to 3 to 6. And there's one out.
I tell you, that's a nice throw by Brandon as well. You got to step a little bit, make sure you don't hit him in the back, and just well done. One more look at it.
Well, the key there, even though the throw sailed a little bit, here's the pitch to Zavala, is that Zanatello set up on the inside of the bag to give him that target to throw at away from the runner heading in. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Zavala. Ingracia wheeling and dealing. And a fly ball, shallow right, but playing shallow was Rodriguez, 2 down.
Yeah, he was relatively shallow out there. You know, we had seen earlier in this series, I think it was the 5-2 win, when Winston-Salem put down a sacrifice bunt. I thought might be in that situation. They might try that, but they didn't. You don't see it very much.
Here's Sam Antonacci, the leadoff hitter with 2 down. In the bottom of the ninth, the Drive have 2, 3, and 4, Zanatello, Taylor, and Earhart. And here's a ground ball to second. Easy for De Leon. Running throw got him. And the inning is over. All right, Ingracia did his part. Let's see if the offense can muster one more run here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Drive 7, Winston-Salem 7. Back to Floor in just a moment.
Is your roof leaking or damaged? Do your gutters need repair? You can Google roofing companies until your computer overheats, or you can simply call the best. Bracken Roofing and Gutter. Whether it's roof replacement, new and remodel installation, roofing insurance claims, whatever your needs, Bracken Roofing and Gutter will simply do it right the first time. And the same goes for gutter screen installations. Forget about balancing on ladders and cleaning your gutters. Let Bracken Roofing and Gutter screen them for you today. Listen, don't settle for subpar work. Get a free inspection today. Check out their reviews on Facebook. You'll see many satisfied customers, and they're all saying the same thing, that they're happy that they chose Bracken Roofing and Gutter. That's Bracken Roofing and Gutter. Call Kyle today at 864-704-5993.
Bottom of the ninth inning. 7-7 ball game. Fans here are rocking right now, and Pat Leland going to the bullpen. Atlanta Bread Company call to the bullpen, brings on big right-hander Carson Jacobs.
6'9", 215, 24 years of age, out of Hayes, Kansas. Free agent, signee 2023 out of North Dakota State. Comes in 0-1, ERA very good, 1.69, 6th appearance, all in relief. He has 1 of the 2 saves on the year, 5 of the 3rd total innings, 1 run earned, 7 hits, struck out 7, walked 2 opposition, hitting .350. He came in and got the save in game 2 on Wednesday. In fact, he came back on McLaughlin, and they got 1 inning of work, no runs, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, 17 pitches, and 10 of those were strikes.
Yeah, this is not a save opportunity, but he is 1 for 2 in save chances. All right, Nazan Zanatello has had hits each of his last 2 times up, including a big 2-run double that started the road back in the 5th inning. First pitch is a strike. Working from the stretch is Jacobs, and there's a fly ball to center. Crowd overreacting. Zavala backing to the warning track, or the edge of the track, and hauls it in. Zanatello hit it pretty good, but Zavala had it tracked the whole way, 1 down. All right, Nelly Taylor now. He's been on all 4 times. 3 walks, an RBI single, and a run scored. He homered here on opening day. He has the power to end this baby with 1 swing. Outfield is playing deep. First pitch to him, and he fouls it off the catcher over by the third base dugout, 0-1. If we go to the 10th inning, Winston-Salem would start with Antonacci at second base and then have 2, 3, and 4. Galaney, Connor, and Appel up. Change up, low. Taylor started to go but held up in time, 1-1. Left-handed batter, waiting, and that one's in the dirt. 2 balls in the strike. Zach Earhart on deck. Anybody gets on, Miguel Blaise would bat. Long pause, the 2-1 pitch. And strike 2 called on the inside corner. And Jacobs evens it up on Nellie Taylor at 2-2. Crowd chanting Nellie, Nellie, Nellie. The 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 swinging. A change up. Had him out in front. 2 down. And now Earhart, who doubled deep into the gap in right center field to drive in a run in the 5th and then flied to the edge of the warning track in right field in the 7th. Two outs, nobody on, and the breaking ball misses inside. Earhart does not have a professional home run. Why not end it right here with number 1, the 1-0? And he takes a breaking ball for a strike, 1-1.
Everybody clap your hands.
Jacobs trying to send it to the 10th inning. The 1-1 pitch is a little bit up. 2 balls and a strike. Again, playing very deep in the outfield. Try to cut off anything headed towards a gap. 2-1 pitch. Checks his swing. Did he go? He did not. Larry Pettis on appeal flashes a safe sign. 3-1. And again, almost have to be thinking breaking ball here. 3-1 pitch. And he threw him the fastball, and it's a slow roller toward the shortstop. Perez, bare hands, throws, not in time. Winning run aboard with 2 outs. Infield single for Earhart, his 2nd hit of the game. Number 9 for the drive. And Miguel Blaise will get one more shot at it.
Earhart going as fast as he can.
That's a heck of a play by Perez.
It is, and we talked about Perez has been playing second. This is only his 3rd game at shortstop, played 9 at second. It's got to be the bare hand, and he made it, but Earhart beat it out.
Blaise is 0 for 4, has driven in a run with a ground ball his last time up, and he takes it low, ball 1. Now they are really playing no doubles defense in the outfield because anything that gets through to the wall, Earhart has a chance to score from first base. 1 ball, no strikes on Blaise. 2 outs, 7-7 game, bottom of the 9th. The 1-0, swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. Blaise waving the bat around, now waiting. Jacobs ready with the 1-1. And a pop-up on the infield. Second baseman Antonacci calling it. Staring into the nighttime sky, makes the catch. And for the 2nd time in the series, we are headed to extra innings. See if the drive fare better than they did the last time. Free baseball coming up. 7-7 the score here at Fluor Field.
Universities like Clemson, Mississippi State, USC Upstate, North Greenville, and the Southern Conference, just to name a few. From banners and event printing to game day and stadium graphics, Greenville Print Solutions handles it all. Located at 31 Rushmore Drive in Greenville, it's Greenville Print Solutions, creator of the all-in chip for Dabo Sweeney. Same day 3-day banners available, an A1 rating from the Better Business Bureau, the preferred printer for Greenville County High School athletics. What are you waiting for? 864-412-8802 or visit the website at greenvilleprintsolutions.com.
Let me tell you something, Cowboy. This rookie can really bring the heat. It's a new Montgomery Inn Chipotle barbecue sauce. Make it a part of your home team.
Available now at your neighborhood grocer or online at cincyfavorites.com.
Second time in the series, third time this year, the Drive go to extra innings. They are 0-2 in extra innings so far this season. JoJo Ingracia, 4 1/3 innings, but he's only thrown 45 pitches, so he is staying out there. The Winston-Salem Dash, their only extra inning game was the 10-inning game 2 nights ago. So with Sam Antonacci starting at second base, it'll be Ryan Galaney to lead it off. Galaney 2 for 4, a pair of singles. He has scored a run, and now time called as Hudson White going to go out and talk to his pitcher before we get things moving here.
So Dan, didn't Ingracia have the same color glove that eventually Valera ended up with?
Yeah, but that's the one he switched to after they made him take the other glove off.
I know.
Which is more the color of the baseball than the other one was. First pitch low to Galaney. Galaney, Connor, and Appel due up here in the top of the 10th inning. Drive were down 7-0, but have come off the mat to tie it. Outside. 2 balls and no strikes. In the Drive 10th, Greenville will start with Blaze at second base and then have Brandon White and Lugo due up. 6, 7, and 8. Ingracia ready with the 2-0, and it's fouled out of here. First base side over the roof, 2-1.
Hey, Dan, not that Antonacci's going to go anywhere, but he's got a stolen base back in the first. He has 7 out of 8 on the year, and as a team, they only have 17. So, given circumstances, probably not, but keep that in the back of your mind.
Here comes the 2-1, and at the knees, breaking ball. Ingracia evens the count up at 2-2. Giving Galaney a lot of room out in left center field. De Leon trying to keep the runner close at second. 2-2 pitch. And he just got a piece of it. A little cue shot off the end of the bat. Over to Tyler Snepp on the top step of the Drive dugout. 7-10-1 for Winston-Salem. 7-9-1 for the Drive. And by the way, they gave that error to Ingracia. 2-2 pitch, outside ball 3, which we have the advantage of the replay and don't think the official scorer does over in the main part of the press box, but that was clearly a ball that Brandon should have caught. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff, runner bluffs to go, and Galaney fouls it back. So we'll do the payoff all over again. Ingracia ball in his bare hand, now straightens up after getting the sign from White. And just as he comes set, Galaney asks for time. And now Galaney heading back to the dugout, taking off one batting glove and wants to trade it for another one, apparently. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah.
Changing batting gloves in the middle of an at-bat. But they say if you come to the ballpark long enough, you'll see something you've never seen before.
I was headed to.
3-2 and holding. Top of the 10th inning. Nobody out. Antonacci starting the inning at second base, and Ingracia again with the payoff. And it's low ball 4. Grand scheme of things, that's not really the worst thing that could happen, because you do set up the possibility of a double play now. Caden Connor steps in. He's 2 for 4 with an RBI. He scored twice. Will he put down a bunt here? Lefty versus left-handed batter. And he's not squaring, and he's swinging, and he skies one to shallow left. Calling for it and making the catch is Zach Earhart. Zanatello was bearing down on him.
Yeah,
1 out.
He took off like he was shot out of a cannon, but that's obviously easier play, outfield, good communication, but good job. I mean, Zanatello, just in case he couldn't get in.
Now here's a situation with a right-handed batter up that you might see Antonacci tried to steal third base. Jackson Appel, switch hitter, batting right-handed, 0 for 3 with a walk and has grounded into a double play. We got a celebrity tuned in on the broadcast tonight. Iggy Suarez.
He'll be critiquing the broadcast.
Yeah. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Appel takes a strike. Wooster dropped a game this afternoon. No reflection, I'm sure, on Iggy's third base coaching. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball to third. That could be Lugo. De Leon. And double play on the relay to Brannon. They get it done. Around the horn. 5, 4, 3. Second time that Appel's bounced into a twin killing. And we go to the bottom of the 10th inning. The Drive can win it with a run. 7-7 to score.
A new church home, just visiting, or have questions about having a relationship with Jesus Christ. Led by Senior Pastor Brad Atkins and his incredible staff, Lake Bowen Baptist Church exists to deliver the gospel, disciple the Christian, and to deploy the Christ follower. Lake Bowen Baptist Church is located at 404 Sugar Ridge Road in Inman, South Carolina, at Highway 9 in Sugar Ridge Road. You can check out the ministries and other opportunities at Lake Bowen by going to lakebowenbaptist.com.
On the Dan Scott Show, we tell stories of God doing amazing work in people's lives. The redemptive grace of Jesus Christ is alive and well, and the stories we share every week spotlight examples of dramatically changed lives. The Dan Scott Show airs every Saturday and Sunday on stations around the country and the world, and locally, the Sports and Faith version presented by Ingalls airs Sunday mornings across the entire Greenville, Spartanburg, Asheville market. To find out more about the Dan Scott Show and Grand Slam Ministries, visit danscottshow.org today. That's danscottshow.org. Well, after JoJo Ingracia gets out of a 2-on, nobody out jam in the top of the 10th inning, the Drive can win it with a run here in the bottom of the 10th. They will start with Miguel Blaise at second base and have Brooks Brannon, Hudson White, and Andy Lugo up. Apparently Iggy is taking notes, and we will get a report later on the quality of the portion of the broadcast that he heard. They are going to intentionally walk Brooks Brannon to set up a force anywhere on the infield. So it'll be first and second with nobody out, and Hudson White stepping to the plate. He is 1 for 4.
Third intentional walk we've seen in this series. I don't think we saw 3 last 7 years.
I don't think so. White had a base hit in the 6th. He can win it for the drive. He can find a gap somewhere here, and he had a good pitch to hit, and he fouled it straight back, 0-1. Andy Lugo, who is the reason we are in extra innings, on deck. The solo homer with 1 out in the 8th inning tied it up. The Drive were down 7-0 in this game and have come off the mat to tie it. The 0-1 breaking ball on the outside corner of strike, and Hudson White in a no-ball 2-strike hole. Blaise at second, Brandon at first, but Blaise is the only one that matters. The 0-2 pitch, and it's high and away, a fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Everybody clap your hands.
White waggling the bat back and forth as Jacobs comes set. And the 1-2 pitch. Checked his swing. The pitch just off the plate outside. They appeal out to Larry Pettis. He says he did not go. 2-2. Well, it fouls up all of the analytics and exit velocity stuff, but there's that huge gap on the right side. If he goes outside again, punch it that way, we go home. Instead, he pulls it in the hole into left field. They're going to wave the runner around, throw to the plate, and he is out. Playing shallow was Caden Connor. Liam Carroll gambling, and why not in that situation? You force him to make a perfect throw, and he did. Around to third goes Brooks Brannon. Or Snap, yes. Liam was probably waving him home too, but it was Tyler Snap doing it.
Yeah, great call. Make him throw you out, and he did.
Now the infield will come in with the winning run at third. 7-2 on the out at home for the first out of the inning. Andy Lugo, 2 hits. A runner goes to second. Defensive indifference. They check on the pitch, and Larry Pettis says he went that time. I don't know if I do that or not. First base open. They could walk Lugo if they wanted to now. They're going to keep pitching with the infield in. The 0-1, a swing and a miss. It's no balls and 2 strikes. All you've got to do is put it in play and take your chances. The infield drawn in. It turns a 200 hitter into a 500 hitter at least. Lugo behind 0-2. Jacobs with the long pause. Pitching. And he struck him out swinging on 3 pitches. 2 down. The infield will back up. And Framey DeLeon will step to the plate. DeLeon 0 for 4 with a strikeout. He is 1 for 25 on the season. Takes it off the plate outside. Winning run at third in the person of Brooks Brannon. Hudson White at second. 7-7, bottom of the 10th. The 1-0. And a flare on the infield, and it is caught by the shortstop Perez. And we are going to the 11th. Sounded like he broke his bat. And the Drive wastes a golden opportunity to win it in the 10th inning. We go to the 11th. Still tied at 7 here at Fluor Field.
Staffing has not only strived for excellence, but we consider ourselves an extension of our client's HR department. With top-notch recruiters, sales team members, and customer service, Kudzu Staffing can tailor employee training to meet any client needs. Recruiting and training employees across South Carolina, North Carolina, and Georgia, Kudzu Staffing is more like the kudzu vine. Fast-growing, hard to stop, and covers everything. To find out more and see our regional locations, visit kudzustaffing.com. That's kudzustaffing.com.
You already know about the great food at Arden's Burger and Grill in Central. The amazing variety of wings, the gourmet burgers, and so much more. Now, take it a step further. The folks at Arden's are excited to announce they are the proud owners of Beef and Rib in Westminster. So along with the expected elements of Arden's menu, Beef and Rib also offers a daily meat and three, home-cooked, freshly made, simply delicious. So now you can step up to the plate in either location. Arden's Burger and Grill in Central, Beef and Rib in Westminster. Find both on Facebook today.
We move on to the 11th inning, tied at 7. And the drive making the Atlanta Bread Company call to the bullpen, bringing out right-hander Cooper Adams. To tell you about him and call the 11th, here's Tommy.
6'3", 205, 24 out of Potomac, Maryland. Undrafted free agent, February of 2024 out of Mount St. Mary's University in Evansburg, Maryland. So he'll come in back of JoJo Ingrassia, who was just outstanding. Cooper Adams, third appearance, 4 in the third innings, all in relief. No record right now, ERA at 6.23, 7 strikeouts to 3 walks, 3 runs earned, 4 total, 4 hits, 4 in the third innings, and opposition hitting .250. So we start with a runner at second base, and Appel's out there. And here's Gerald Perez. Appel hit into the double play to end the top half of the 10th inning. Drive had a great chance to win it. Didn't happen. Let's see what happens here in the 11th. Adams' first pitch is line fair into the corner. Here comes Appel to score. And then Perez will turn and glide into second base. And that quickly becomes an 8-7 ball game here in the top half of the 11th inning. Perez hit a 2-run home run back in the 5th. At that time, Winston-Salem led 7-0 before the drive got 5 in the bottom half and single runs in the 7th of the 8th. Narxie Hernandez will step to the plate. He has scored a run, hit by a pitch. Back in the third inning, 5 runs in that inning. Swing and a miss on the first pitch from Cooper Adams. Adams pitched on Wednesday in the 5-4 win back at Kerwin. 2 in the third, 3 runs, 2 earned, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, 47 pitches then. 37 of those were strikes. To bear down here as he delivers this pitch and stays outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Narxie Hernandez, followed by Wes Cat. We play here in the 11th inning. It's now an 8-7 ball game. Winston-Salem with a lead. It's been fouled out of the mid of the catcher, Hudson White. And it goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Adams with Greenville last year, 2-5, ERA 5.08. He had 26 games and 6 of those were starts. 79 2/3 innings. So with the ball club quite a bit 1 year ago. Takes a look at second. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt. Good job by Hudson White as he smothers that one and keeps the runner at second base. So in extras, you start with the runner at second base, and Appel was there. First pitch swinging, Jarrell Perez able to launch one into the corner in left field, easily scoring Appel, gliding into second base, and he's there right now as the count's gone 2-2. Kath next, and Terrell Tatum in the top half of the 11th inning. And this ball's hit into left field. It stays up in the air, backtracking there, right in front of the warning track. Making the catch is Zach Earhart. Just missed that one. Got it off the end of the bat for out number 1. Adams fastball up to 97. Slider curve change. Here's Wes Cat. Hits in the 7th spot, playing first base tonight. A strikeout. He had that big double in the 3rd inning that scored 3. Struck out and struck out as well. So got the one big hit in the game. And then the other 3 times struck out, 92, 83, 87. A couple of breaking balls, and he's out of the count 0-1 on the first pitch from Cooper Adams. Right-hander, works first base side. Look at second. Sabatella, the shortstop, keeping the runner close. Big swing and a miss over the top on an off-speed pitch. Late night at the ballpark. Going to turn back around and play tomorrow at 3:05 and wrap up the 6-game set. These two teams will play 24 times this year. 18 last year, and Winston-Salem won 11 of those, but the Drive got the final 3 in September a year ago. The 0-2 pitch. Tried to frame it, probably a little bit low, and outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Of course, crowd wanted that call like they have all night long. You know, they're fans, can't blame them. So Adams comes set, great look from the center field camera there. Here's the pitch. Low and in the dirt, and again, White does a good job to knock it down. Added levels at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Drive didn't get a hit until the 5th inning. They were able to get 5 and played at 5. 4 of those runs coming with 2 outs. Single runs in the 7th and 8th. Perez hit that 2-run home run in the 5th as the Drive came all the way back from a 7-0 deficit. 2-2 pitch, and it's hit into the air in left field. Earhart racing, going back and on the move. Can't get it. Run will score, and then easing into second base and turning second, heading to third. Here comes the throw, and it is in time. He got him. He doesn't like it. But he did get the ball into the gap in left field. And boy,
how is Pat Leland still in the game? Now he's not.
Yeah.
Or did they throw out Kath?
I'm not sure because Kath was not happy at all.
Nealon lost the helmet, picked it up, slammed it to the ground. But I think it was Kath that got thrown out.
And
now Leland just got tossed.
Yeah, you knew that was coming. He's going to let me handle it. It's been that kind of game. Liam Carroll got kicked out. Pat Leland getting his money's worth, so to speak. I'm not happy. So both Kath, we believe, and
no, they were both ejected.
Yeah.
These I saw.
So here comes the throw. I mean, that's close.
Yep.
At first glance, I thought he was going to get that hand in there. I mean, umpire's right there has got a great look at it. And here's the reaction, and there goes the helmet.
He lost it accidentally the first time.
Yeah.
But then he picks it up and he slammed it to the ground. That's when he should have been ejected. Kath said something as he walked away. Larry Pettis tossed him, and then ultimately Leland got tossed.
So he's still coming back at it. He's got to walk by him to get to the locker room, and he's still barking at him. Bottom line in all of that was Kath did a good job to drive it into the gap, and we talked he'd struck out 3 times and had that other big base hit.
And he's got to leave too, so that means they'll have a new first baseman in the bottom of the 11th inning.
So Kath's gone, and and Leland
still got right up in Larry Pettis' face.
Yeah, that's about as demonstrative as we've seen a manager in this facility. Bottom line, got 2 runs in and have the lead at this point. 9-7. One more look at it.
And just as bang bang as you can get. Pat Listash will go across the diamond to coach third.
Meantime, Cooper Adams is throwing a few warm-up pitches there.
Yeah, Wilbur Sanchez, reserve infielder, is going out to coach first base.
We've had some fireworks in this game here tonight, man. Both managers have been ejected in this one. Cass gone. Close play at third. 2 down now. And a big swing and a miss by Tatum, who's at the plate. Again, you look at Pat Listash there, move it over. Couple strikeouts, ground ball. back to the pitcher, and he reached on an error that was picked off in his at-bats tonight, and he hits a fly ball to right, and that should be relatively easy for Rodriguez. And he reaches up and makes the catch, and that'll do it. So some emotion in the ballpark. Let's see what it leads to in the bottom half of the 11th inning. Winston-Salem got 2 in the top half. They have a 9-7 lead. Come on back. We're going down the stretch here at Fluor Field late into the nighttime on this Saturday.
Cincy Favorites. Cincy Favorites? It's a sampler of their favorite flavors from Montgomery Inn, Graders, Gleers, La Rosa's, Skyline Chili, Queen City Sausage, and Longdale Farm. That's perfect. They're the only authorized online seller of these iconic brands, so trust no one else. I'm fast delivery, too. Oh, are you eating it? No, I messed up. There's still time. Go to cincyfavorites.com now. That's cincyfavorites.com.
You might know that State Farm agent Ed Patterson has great service. He's your good neighbor after all. But did you know State Farm has surprisingly great rates too? Yep, that's right. Along with good neighbor service, State Farm agent Ed Patterson has surprisingly great rates for everyone in Greenville. So call State Farm agent Ed Patterson at 864-322-0031 for your surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Bottom of the 11th inning, the Drive now down 9-7, and Winston-Salem making another Atlanta Bread Company call to the bullpen. Their 5th pitcher of the night is right-hander Jake Peppers.
6'3", 160. He's out of Birmingham, Alabama. 24 years of age, 9th round pick in the draft of 2023. And as he comes in, he is 0-1 ERA, 5.79. This will be his 5th appearance, all in relief. 4 2/3 total innings, 3 runs, 4 earned, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks. Opposition hitting .368. And he pitched in Game 3 on Thursday. 1 inning, no runs, 1 hit, 1 K, 1 walk, 25 pitches, 14 strikes. Then that 8-6, 10 inning win, Winston-Salem. So as we begin play in the bottom half of the 11th, 9-7, and with players starting at second base, and
Pat Listash coming out. They were getting ready, it looked like, to intentionally walk De Leon.
Yeah, because he had, Rodriguez, because De Leon's on at second, right?
Yeah, I mean Rodriguez, yeah. But they're not going to.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty interesting. Wait.
Alec Makarevich, by the way, is at first base.
Yep, for Cath. Good shot there again. He's been over there at some point. 3 different first basemen in this series. First pitch called, strike. Rodriguez top of the order, then Nazan Zanatello, who's had good at-bats tonight, and Nellie Taylor as well. Drive down 2, some fireworks in that top half of the inning. Couple of ejections. He hits a ball high. He hits a ball deep. Racing back is Zafala on the run. Gets it on the track about 400 feet away from home plate.
Wow.
And on down to third goes De Leon. If he pulls it, maybe he gets out of here, but he launched it. The replica of Fenway, you saw the 420 mark out that way. And Zafala, we know, out in center field can go get it. He did that. So that's the first out. That's a long, loud out, and a big one here. Gives way to Zanatello, who flied out center his last time up. Takes first pitch and from Peppers, and it's ball 1. Zanatello 0 for 2 before he was able to get back-to-back base hits in his next 2 at-bats. Fouls one. Oh, no, hits it up the third base line. The catcher will get it and throw. Got him. Here comes the runner home, and he's safe. And it becomes a 9-8 ball game, but great play there by Appel to get the runner at first. And, I mean, it was a bang-bang play as well. Zanatello got down the line. Looked like maybe it might spin off into foul territory. It stayed fair, and a good look there at Appel, who popped out, threw him out, but a good read from De Leon to come down. One more look at it.
That is the epitome of a swinging bunt.
So 2 down now and empty in a 9-8 game for Nellie Taylor. He's been on 4 times, 3 walks, had a RBI base hit in that 5th inning when the Drive scored 5 runs, 4 with 2 outs. This one settles in there for a strike, went off speed at 84. 1 ball, 1 strike. We play 2 down, bottom half of the 11th inning. Winston Salem got 2 in the top half. Drive 1 back right now. And stays upstairs. Taylor does have that 1 home run. We know it came the first game of the year, the 9-3 win over Bowling Green. Left-hand hitter. The 22 prospect in the Boston organization. Inside corner. Mid-90s fastball. It goes 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Perez, the shortstop, shaded up the middle. Per usual, with a left-hand hitter at the plate, there's plenty of room on that left side. Going to need to protect here. Peppers working from the third base side of the rubber. Big guy, 6'9", delivers. Just slow. And it goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes now.
Taylor moved up in the box again right before that pitch. Moved up about a half step.
So here comes the 3-2, and he hits it in the air into right center field, and it's down for a base hit. He'll turn first, head for second. Throw comes back in, and he'll glide in standing with a big 2-out base hit, and man, he's exuberant at second base. He becomes a tying run with Zach Earhart coming to the plate.
He's been on base 5 times tonight.
Stayed back on that one. You'll watch it, put that foot down, barreled it up, got it up into the nighttime line shot off the Acumen sign. Sponsors view from the booth. Conversation at the mound now, and you know Zach Earhart has got an opportunity. He had a big hit in that 5th inning as well. Driver didn't have any hits until that 5th inning. He got 5 and scored the 5 runs, and he drove one into left field. He singled his last time up on the infield at the shortstop area as well. So he had struggled coming in, 5 out of 29, but he has 2 hits tonight, like Zanatello. Let's see if he can get one more. We know that Nellie Taylor can run. Drive had a runner thrown out at the plate. It could have, whoa, look out. And did they call a balk? They did.
They did. Caused him to flinch.
Hey, 90 feet away, pass ball, wild pitch, anything. We talked about 7 or so different ways to score from third base. Take a look at it. And the first pitch is in there at 97 mile an hour fastball, near part of the plate of the black. 0-1. Right-hand hitting Zach Earhart with Nellie Taylor, the tying run at third. Way outside with another fastball, and he's come in and throwing gas. 98 miles an hour there. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. Runner on third. We play in the 11th. Winston Salem got 2 in the top half, leading 9-8 now. Way outside again. 3 consecutive fastballs. 97, 98, 97. Earhart just looking to get that ball anywhere. Get that runner home. It's been a good team with 2 outs. Check swing. Did he go? And they say he did. He asked for an appeal.
But Sabal had made the call himself, so there is no appeal.
Now he calls timeout. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Some drama developing here late on this Saturday night at Fluor Field of the West End. 5,500 here tonight to begin to witness this one. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. High and outside, and again he goes fastball, upper 90s. We've gone 3-2. Well, Nellie Taylor hit a 3-2 pitch into the gap in right center field. Let's see what Zach Earhart can do here. Low and inside. You hold your breath every time. Good AB there. Runners on first and third, 2 down. Gives way for Miguel Blaze. Man, would he love to get one here. Popped out of the shortstop. Struck out. RBI ground out. Popped up to the second baseman. And he hits with 2 down, runners on first and third. Wild pitch! Here comes the runner home! Here comes Tanner! He scores! 98-mile-an-hour fastball got away. We're tied at 9. Winning run on at second base. And the person of that air hall. Well, you never know. Balk, a wild pitch. How about that? How about the Greenville drive?
If you're going to watch this team all year, you might want to invest in some antacids.
Hang in there, Liam Carroll. That one settles in there for a strike.
Blaze has to be careful here.
Yeah, he does. He has been disappointed all night.
Tensions are high. You walk away, that's showing up an umpire. You got to control things a little better than that.
Plenty of room on that right side. Second baseman Adonacci keeping him close. And this one is just off the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike.
And now it's Jake Pepper's turn to be upset that he didn't get that call.
What a game tonight. You want to talk about peaks and valleys. We have been there, done that here tonight. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Whoa, rip foul up the third base side. Ottersnap is down the line. I mean, if he's in the coaching box, he may have to skip out of the way of that one. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Runner on second base. Drive has scored 2. To tie it at 9 here in the 11th. Swing and a miss, and he got him. He went off speed. I mean, it had been 97 plus on about 90% of the pitches, and he goes off speed at 83 and got him out in front, and that'll do it. So the drive hang in there, the Brazilian Greenville drive, got 2 in the bottom half. Bach and a wild pitch helped along the way. Bottom line, we're tied at 9. We head to the 12th. Dan Scott back with the play-by-play when we all come back in just a moment. Thanks for coming along.
You don't last that long if the food and the service aren't top-notch. Well, they have, because they are. And remember, Todaro has the lunchtime buffet, all you can eat for just $8. Other daily and weekly specials are always in play, and with the Markley Street Todaro location just down the street from Fluor Field, what a great stop before or after a Greenville Drive game. Indoor and outdoor seating are available. Todaro Pizza, Greenville and Clemson. Tell them Dan Scott sent you.
Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends.
Where's Barnum and Bailey when you need it?
Or in this case, Emerson, Lake, and Palmer.
There you go.
It is the top half of the 12th inning. It's a 9-9 ball game. Dan Scott, Tom Van Hoy. And a decent number of the 5,500 plus hanging around. Terrell Tatum will start the 12th at second base. It'll be Zavala, Antonacci, and Galani against Cooper Adams. Adams came on, gave up the 2 runs in the 11th, but the drive scored 2, and here is a bunt by Zavala, foul third base side. Zanatello between the runner and the bag out at second base, breaking to the bag, now backing up. And Adams misses outside. Zavala not showing bunt that time. In the drive 12th. Miguel Blaze will start at second base, and you'll have Brandon White and Lugo due up. 9-9. Here's a fly ball to left. Brandon backing a little bit, and he's got it, one down. Now Sam Antonacci, 2 for 5 with a run scored. And Hudson White having a little equipment issue, trying to get his shin guard strap repaired. And he was able to do so. So now Adams will turn his attention to the leadoff hitter, Sam Antonacci. Long look in. Now gets the sign and straightens up. And his first pitch to the left-handed batter is fouled straight back. This goes much further, we can do our post-game wrap and then go ahead and start tomorrow's pregame show.
That's right.
The 0-1. Check swing and a breaking ball, and he went too far, 0-2.
Well, it reminds me of the time when you and I did basketball in Louisville on a Friday night.
Yes.
Got back by 5:30 in the morning, had a 10:30 pregame for football the next day, sleeping in the press box.
0-2 pitch, and a foul back. Ryan Galaney is on deck, and normally you would not, if you're a right-handed pitcher, you wouldn't walk a right-handed batter to get to a left-handed batter, but you might consider that with Galaney, depending on what happens here with Antonacci. Again, the 0-2 pitch, nope, a bluff back. Now the right-hander ready. Runner goes to third, and the ball is grounded to the right side, backhanded by the first baseman. Adams there to take the throw from Brannon for the second out. 3-1. Go ahead run 90 feet away, and now here is the aforementioned Ryan Galaney.
You know, we talked about Brannon hadn't played much at first base. That's a good play. I mean, he rifled it over there. Been a catcher for most of the year with 6 opportunities behind the plate. Just his second at first. Good play.
Galaney 2 for 4 with a walk. Adams going to work on him. His first pitch is fouled out of here, right side. He's just in one of those grooves to begin this season where every time he lets a swing go, you flinch. The 0-1, and he fouls that one at the plate. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Should Galaney reach, Caden Connor would be next. 9-9 the score. Drive were down 7-0 before scoring 5 runs in the 5th, 1 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th to tie. 0-2 pitch. And a fly ball, center field. Loping over is Nellie Taylor. Inning is over. They keep him off the board. And for the 3rd time in 4 innings, the Drive can win it with a run. We go to the bottom of the 12th, tied 9-9.
You're seeking a new church home, just visiting, or have questions about having a relationship with Jesus Christ, led by Senior Pastor Brad Atkins.
deacons and his incredible staff, Lake Bowen Baptist Church exists to deliver the gospel, disciple the Christian, and to deploy the Christ follower. Lake Bowen Baptist Church is located at 404 Sugar Ridge Road in Inman, South Carolina, at Highway 9 in Sugar Ridge Road. You can check out the ministries and other opportunities at Lake Bowen by going to lakebowenbaptist.com.
On the Dan Scott Show, we tell stories of God doing amazing work in people's lives. The redemptive grace of Jesus Christ is alive and well, and the stories we share every week spotlight examples of dramatically changed lives. The Dan Scott Show airs every Saturday and Sunday on stations around the country and the world, and locally, the Sports and Faith version presented by Ingalls airs Sunday mornings across the entire Greenville, Spartanburg, Asheville market. To find out more about the Dan Scott Show and Grand Slam Ministries, visit danscottshow.org today. That's danscottshow.org.
Bottom of the 12th. A run wins it for the Drive. 9-9 the score. Greenville will start with Miguel Blaise at second base. And Brooks Brannon stepping to the plate. You know, Tom said to me during the break, he's kind of laughing about what the lineup exchange at home plate might be tomorrow. Both managers having been ejected. They're going to intentionally walk Brannon. Pat Leland's dad, Jim, the Hall of Famer, was managing at the same time Larry Boa was. And Boa got ejected from a game one night when he was managing the Phillies, arguing a play, came to the lineup exchange the next day with a videotape that he gave to the umpire who tossed him so he could see that he missed the call, and he got tossed at the lineup exchange. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Hudson White at the plate takes a breaking ball from Jake Peppers, ball one. White 2 for 5. Had a base hit in the 10th inning, but the potential winning run, Blaise, was thrown out at the plate. And he pulls this one foul down by the tarp, third base side. It's 1-1. Nine 12-1 for Winston-Salem, 9-11-1 for the Drive. Dash have left 6. Drive have left 10. The 1-1 pitch to White, and it's on the outside corner, a strike. Andy Lugo on deck. As a matter of fact, it was this configuration. White got the base hit. Blaise was thrown out at the plate. Brannon came around to third, and with the infield in, Lugo struck out swinging. Pitch in the dirt, and that's going to get away. Both runners are going to advance. White is out regardless. He went too far on the swing. The strikeout, but now the winning run is 90 feet away. Oh, no, wait a minute. The count was just 2-2. So White lost the count. He'll come back to the plate. The wild pitch advances the runners. You know what? They may just say, hey, go back. Let's see if they're going to put him on. Now Pat Listash going to come out and talk to David Sabal, making sure that he had the count right. Hudson White was taking no chances.
He took off.
So the infield will come in with the winning run at third in the person of Miguel Blaise. Brannon at second, nobody out. 2-2 the count on Hudson White. Peppers with the pause at the letters and the pitch. And he bounced it up there. Ball 3. Three balls, 2 strikes. White batting against a drawn-in infield with the winning run 90 feet away. Peppers ready with the payoff pitch. Here it comes. And he walked him. Missed upstairs, ball 4. And again, in a way, not the worst thing that could happen for the Dash, because now you need just a force out at the plate. And here's Lugo back in the same situation, winning run at third and a chance to end the game. He had it in the 10th inning and struck out. That was with 1 out. He's up there now with the bases loaded and nobody out, and he takes ball 1. His home run in the 8th inning tied the game at 7 and sent us to extra innings. Here comes the 1-0. And he swings and he rifles it deep into right center field, and the drive win it. It will be a 425-foot single to the triangle. Lugo denied once. He would not be denied a second time. Blaze scores, and how about this Greenville Drive team? The celebration is on out at first base. Andy Lugo rocks one to the wall at the triangle, and once down 7-0, the Drive win it in 12 innings by a final score of 10-9.
Oh my goodness, look at the celebration, and probably just everybody glad to get it done, and a major league resilient effort by this Greenville Drive team. And what that can mean, Dan, early on in the season. We saw it the other night in the 9th inning. Didn't get it done. We saw it today down 7-0. Got her done. Got a nice win.
Drive win it for the first time in extra innings. 10-9 the final. We'll be back to wrap it up right after this.
Universities like Clemson, Mississippi State, USC Upstate, North Greenville, and the Southern Conference, just to name a few. From banners and event printing to game day and stadium graphics, Greenville Print Solutions handles it all. Located at 31 Rushmore Drive in Greenville, it's Greenville Print Solutions, creator of the all-in chip for Dabo Sweeney. Same-day banners available, an A1 rating from the Better Business Bureau, the preferred printer for Greenville County High School athletics. What are you waiting for? 864-412-8802 or visit the website at greenvilleprintsolutions.com.
Let me tell you something, Cowboy. This rookie can really bring the heat.
He's smoky and spicy with a Chipotle style all his own.
It's a new Montgomery Inn Chipotle barbecue sauce. Make it a part of your home team.
Available now at your neighborhood grocer or online at cincyfavorites.com.